Pump it up, pump it up, pump it up. Here we go, and we are live.
Yeah.
I think we caught some of me posting on Facebook, but whatever. We're live here at In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I'm the internet icon, the pride of the pilgrims, the most honest man in all of podcasting. No matter what that lying, dirty son of a bitch troll Aloub says, Jackie Jones lost my right-hand man, my audio soulmate, and the enforcer of the Headyverse.
1 inch biceps, the power goat. I'm the man who tells you what to do. I'm the boss, baby.
Hell
And
yeah.
you've already mentioned the man, but I just need to say to him, to Owl, it's April Fool's Day.
Whoa.
Happy April Fool's Day. Because he fell for my joke several days later.
Well,
several days later.
It's fitting because he's a fool. Boom. Ha!
But yeah, he's trying to play it off like he didn't mean to post it. Like he thought it was just funny.
Right.
That's why I posted. At what time does he ever give me credit that something was funny? I know we have Wrestlemania and AEW, but I need to discuss this first. This is the pressing matter on my mind. When does he ever give me credit for anything that he finds funny? Never. Zero amount of times. He totally believed that I thought that I was going to get rid of my smartphone and install a mobile phone into my van, a car phone. Yeah, so totally.
Boom.
Showing your shirt. Check this shirt out. Former guest on In Your Head.
Nice. That's pretty sweet.
Man, look at that.
Where'd you get that? I love it.
King Kong Bundy. It's a nice shirt.
5 count. I've got the icon Sting. I may be wearing this tomorrow in Boston.
I've seen you got tickets.
Going to Beantown. It's a nice little hoodie.
Excellent.
So intro.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell everybody. Everybody knows. It's no secret to people who really know me. The Big Bosh is my favorite podcaster that's ever lived. And so, there's no anger here.
No anger.
I love the guy. It's the easiest decision I ever made in my life. I'm going to the Monday Night Mayhem.
You're leaving In Your Head and you're going to Monday Night Mayhem?
People think it's a hard decision, but it's like it's the easiest thing ever in my life. I'm like, I love the Big Mosh. I've got unfinished business with the Mayhem.
But you created it in your
uber
head.
Fun message board.
You're like a founding member here.
Let's get out of here before there's no more love. A few years ago, he gave me a pack of Twizzlers, and I was like, this is really sweet. And so for the last 15 years, I was like, to thank Incher for the Twizzlers, I'm going to do In Your Head for another 15 years.
But you told me like the last time you talked to him, it was like the most annoying conversation you've ever had.
Man, there's just no anger. How can I be angry? He's just the man. Everyone who knows me knows that Big Bosh is my favorite. I might have, said some stuff about him here and there. In my heart, that's where, that's the unfinished business where my heart is with the Mayhem.
You said you'd rather take an aping from one of the Secret Service, Bill Clinton's Secret Service, instead of talking to Mosh.
You and Clinton and Jujubee, you can sit in a circle, and trash talk me. I hope you guys don't do that because I've got nothing but love for you. But I got to do it. Going back to the Mayhem. the love for Big Mosh.
Yeah.
Gonna make my daddy's gonna be proud of me. Go back to the Mayhem.
Well, I'm sorry we're gonna lose you. It's a shame.
Sir Adam and the Phantom, like I can't bring them back to life. They're not actually dead, but if figuratively speaking, they're dead. They're, fucking get in the ring doesn't exist anymore. GIR, it's dead.
I think Monday Night Mayhem doesn't exist anymore, though.
So it doesn't?
I don't think it does.
Oh, well, whatever. But the point is, I'm going back to the Mayhem with Big Mosh, and I'm going to do it for Sir Adam the Phantom in 2005 incher, April 2005. Yeah. Sir Adam and the Phantom. They won the Headies for Interviewers of the Year, Podcast Host of the Year. It was taken from them. They couldn't bring it home and show it to their children. I can't bring it back now. They're not here anymore. So I'm gonna do the best thing I can. I'm going to the Mayhem. I'm gonna win the Heady, and I'm doing it for Sir Adam and the Phantom.
Man.
Now I'm gonna pretend to cry, but you'll see no tears.
Well, I'm just gonna say that Chris Chisholm has been blowing up my inbox, and he wants me to come back so he can bring back ribs. And he needs somebody to play off whenever he does the ribs segment. So, Voice of Wrestling. Mm-hmm. They used to have Kevin Kelly, but now they might have the incher in the future.
Oh, shit. Man, can you believe this phony baloney?
Then maybe I'll switch to Wrestle This as well.
Did you watch we'll talk about WrestleMania. Did you watch our promo on Monday?
Yeah, I've seen everything just about except for the ROH pay-per-view, but yeah.
That was some phony times. He gets the and then he immediately changes to something dramatic. It was I get wrestling isn't real, but I don't know. Using your dead dad and the angle's kind of messed up.
He wants to place the belt at Dusty Rhodes' grave, I guess. Is that what he's saying?
I don't know.
I was just thinking, man, this man's full of a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I can't believe he's ever said. You can't believe it. Everything he says is he's totally contradicts himself.
I think he is a lot like his father. Because
lying bastard.
I never believed a whole lot of what Dusty was saying either. I'm proud that I've said all along that Dustin is my favorite Rhodes out of all of them.
He even kind of trashed Dustin. He said like Dustin texted him like one in his locker room. There was these quotes. He was saying QT Marshall and somebody else was like packing up his things. And I'm like thinking, what the fuck is your problem? Why don't you go pack up your own shit? You're making QT Marshall pack your bags?
Where did he say that at?
It was some interview. I read all kinds of clips of his interviews everywhere. It was probably like a post-Mania interview or something.
I mean, QT Marshall, he shouldn't have to pack up Cody's stuff.
No, that's pretty messed up.
Unless like Cody just didn't want to be around the locker room.
You're saying like he was doing it as fast as possible. I was like, well, he's probably got stuff he wants to do for the company's work.
You see, I just watched a documentary on Mike Awesome earlier. Right. And they were talking about how he got heat with Vince Russo whenever he did the whole Hogan thing, making him Jeff Jarrett just, laying down and all that whole situation. But like in the back, Mike Awesome, since he's real close with Horace and Hulk, I think he's like somewhat related to Hulk. He got some heat because he was beside Hulk Hogan, like he was kind of on his side. So he got heat with Vince Russo. And Russo started making him the fat chick thriller and all that. So is QT Marshall going to be Hook's bitch because he's with Cody all this time?
I don't know. I think Cody just left him in the dust. Just abandoned the man.
That way. Because I don't think WWE is looking for QT Marshall. I'm sorry. I don't think
what? You don't think QT Marshall's going to come in?
I could be wrong. They could bring him in and they make him even bigger than Cody. In a way, I'd kind of like that.
Yeah.
Just that Cody would have to watch QT Marshall living it up in WWE when he's the original trader.
Yeah.
At least he's the QT Marshall didn't create the company.
Yes, fucked up. Goes hates WWE so bad, says it's a prison. Goes does recreate himself, does really well for himself in New Japan, Ring of Honor, gets a buzz with the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega. They form AEW. It's got national TV. It's doing well, and then you just leave and go back to the company to trash. Now, if he didn't trash the company, I still would think it'd be very weird to leave the company that you're the executive president for just to be a wrestler somewhere. Yeah. But it's I don't know. So either he was lying back then or he's lying now. So I'm just saying I don't think you can ever believe anything he says.
I think the man is very bizarre. I've said this before,
and if it was this big easy decision, why was he still wrestling on AEW without a contract?
Yeah, really.
When he just said, I'm out of here.
He said, I'm not under contract. I'm just going to sit my ass at home.
Yeah, when you just say, I'm out of here. Why would he burn himself on fire and stuff? Don't make much sense.
I just want to know what was so fucking bad. Like, what made him want to go back to WWE? Like, was it the fans booing him? Was it what was so bad?
He just says there's some personal thing, and he says it's not even that nefarious or anything. I mean, people say money and all these things, and he said both companies offer him a lot of money, so it wasn't money. And then people are saying like he wanted booking control, but then he's also has said that he never wants to be do that ever again in wrestling. He doesn't want to be management ever again in wrestling. So I don't know. Did he just do all this trying to get? It seems like he just wants the love of Vince McMahon. He's like, I think he looks at Vince as his dad. His real dad's, passed away, and he's trying to get the love of Vinny.
For some reason, that brings the thoughts
of Vinny. Wow.
That brings the thoughts
of the same for Cody.
That brings the thoughts of, and you're going to find this shocking, of Freddie's dead, where the one guy at the beginning, he thought Freddie was his dad, and Freddie just looks at him and goes, oh, you think I'm your daddy? And then he cuts him loose and he falls to his death in a big bed of spikes that Freddie pushes out for him. That's Vince McMahon right there for you, Cody. You've made the dumbest decision in your life, and he's just doubling down on it because you thought he darkened up his tattoo, which was the other dumbest decision of his life.
Like he didn't even try to. He's not trying to cover it up. He's like, it's like more pronounced, I think.
I mean, really, he should ask the Undertaker where he got that Sarah removed from.
I mean, I think getting that whole would be very almost impossible, but I just think he should add if he had like that connected to like a sleeve and like a whole shoulder, like it wouldn't be that, if it kept going, it wouldn't be as strange.
Or like he kind of does the Murder Hawk, how he did. He had his back tattoo.
No one just gets one giant tattoo here on their neck.
No,
I know he's got the little tattoo here, but usually people they're all covered in tattoos. They run out of space. Like, well, now we'll start putting on the neck, and then it's connected to stuff, and it doesn't look so bizarre. But no one just goes, I'm a pretty normal looking dude. Let's just get a giant red blue tattoo right here on my neck.
Well, I'll admit it, even though I was razzing him a little bit earlier about my April Fool's joke, I did double down and say Cody Rhodes wasn't going to WWE, and I was wrong. I'm sorry, Al. I was wrong, and you were right.
He just jizzed all over his computer.
So there you go. You can be happy about that. I know.
And I'll say this: he's mega over on WrestleMania. Mega over on Raw.
He was over, but it's just because he's the new guy. It's not
That
going to
is a big
last.
part of it. That is a big part of it.
He made the
see.
jump.
We'll see. We'll see if they turn on. I mean, the thing in WWE, they almost turn on everyone that's pushed.
I mean, you got to be a hardcore WWE fan to be like going to WrestleMania, then the Raw after. You start getting some of those mixed crowds, you're going to hear some boos pretty soon. People are saying he's a turncoat.
We'll see. It took a long time. I mean, he was super over in AEW for years, and then it was really after the COVID era when people. I mean, I admit I like him, and there's saying flip flopper. That's not true. I've never said he's a bad wrestler ever. I've been a fan of him as a wrestler since when a lot of people thought Ted DiBiase Jr. was the best of that group. I always thought Cody was the best, and I still think I thought that he had probably. I think the top. I think not the most memorable. The most memorable match, honestly, is the Austin match. But I think best match was to me either the Cody Rollins match or Becky Lynch Bianca Belair match. So I've never said anything bad about his wrestler. I do think he's very, very phony now, especially when you know all these other things he said.
Oh, yeah. We got Patrick Howell here in the chat room. He says he got his only victory at WrestleMania this past weekend. And I'm saying to Cody Rhodes, enjoy it while it lasts, buddy. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Heard Pete. So I know you don't know what's real and stuff because people have said a bazillion different things. But I saw one person, they said that that it was in his contract that he'll get a title run, which I believe that he probably would have fought for that if they would do it. I think other people have been promised titles and didn't get them, like Badness Brown and stuff. So
do you think WWE, do you think they sweat that at all? They're masters at making meaningless runs.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll give you the belt and you'll have it, and they'll just still bury you while you have it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, no matter what you think of them, I'm not the biggest fan, but like Rey Mysterio, when they give him the title, they booked him as like an idiot. He never was like a big deal. Even Big E was booked very terribly. He lost like on television and pay-per-view all the time. So having the title, the only thing is now since they unified the title, I'd be surprised if they had him dethrone Reigns. But who knows? All the other titles, no one can even try to argue with me that they're meaningful at all. They didn't even make the two nights of WrestleMania, the IC or the US title.
Yeah. Jamie Forsythe here. He says Manu versus Anarchia versus ZZ at next year's WrestleMania. I'm going to add a little bit somebody in there. I want to see like Cody Rhodes just taking on ZZ and then ZZ wins. That would be the best, wouldn't it?
So I'll say this: we going into Mania. I had no really little to no interest. I just thought the card looked bad. I tuned in and then I saw it was a 2-hour pre-show and I was like, good Lord, I can't watch that. But I'll say this, all said and done, there was a bit in the middle of night 2 I did get burned out and then it picked up. But overall, I really I enjoyed both nights of Mania, and the first night I thought was excellent.
There was some filler matches I think they could have got rid of. The whole Baron Corbin and Drew McIntyre.
Well, I mean, there's always a couple things like that.
I did like Drew cutting the freaking ring ropes.
That was so stupid. It made me laugh. It was so stupid, but yeah.
I mean, it's basically, it's the same way I felt about it. But there were some other matches that wasn't so hot, but I enjoyed most of it. I enjoyed the show.
I think it was probably my favorite WrestleMania of the last few years.
Oh, easily, probably one of the best.
The Cody match, I can't take anything away from that as a match. I think some people are honestly, I think some people are a little dishonest saying that it wasn't good. I don't really think you could say that match wasn't good. It was very good.
Mm-hmm. It did hurt me when Seth Rollins said, "Welcome to the big leagues,
bitch." Yeah.
And I was thinking, geez,
yeah, and
that's what they want.
Oh, I
This
know.
is what WWE
I
wants.
honestly, I don't think they offer him all this money because they think Cody's this giant star. I think it's a lot of it is the idea of one of the guys who started the other companies going back to him, and that's what's really worth a lot of money to them. Is the visual, and also the idea. Hey, you guys, people, can
do you
go.
think Seth Rollins was fed that line, or do you think that was just Seth?
I could see it. I could see that.
Vince Rudo here. He says Incher was marking out for the Logan Paul match. Not necessarily.
Let's go. We had the Usos versus Nakamura and Rick Boogs. Poor Rick Boogs got hurt. This is one of my boys. I like this guy.
He had both guys up on his kind of doing a fireman's carry.
Yeah, and these are two big guys. These ain't like two cruiserweight guys. Usos are pretty big dudes.
Yeah, I was hoping he was just playing it off, but I was like, I don't know if he is. And they confirmed it, and so sorry, Rick Boogs.
Yeah, you can't really rate this match because of that. It ended with the one guys.
Nakamura seemed pretty upset.
I like Usos. McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. I will agree. This is a match that I've seen so many times. In one form or another. And then they were saying Happy Corbin's undefeated. I was like, what?
I think it's nobody's ever kicked out of the End of Days.
They even said he's undefeated. I think he's undefeated as Happy Corbin.
As Happy
Corbin.
It's
a bit of a stretch to say he's undefeated.
But
yes, no one is kicked out of the finisher either.
Which happened.
Of all finishes, of all things to protect, like we must protect the Happy
That's
Corbin.
WWE for you.
And even though I was saying the Cody match was good, his first match bad, and it took Seth Rollins kicked out of his finish. He had to use it 3 times, which I know I get it's WrestleMania, but I don't know. Your first match there, and you need 3 of your finishes to beat the guy.
That Seth Rollins character is just
the worst.
It's awful. Like what?
I don't get it. I don't understand. And he's a good wrestler. I can't take anything away from him as a wrestler, but the character's horrible.
I don't see why they keep that stuff up. They need to get him away from that.
I thought he's even worse on Raw when he comes out like dressed like a total moron, and he just laughs, and it's so forced and phony, and it doesn't even go with him. And then he just looks at him and laughs. It was terrible. Why would he do that after he go up there and he's like cutting his promo and crying, talking about his dad? Why would he just come out and laugh like an idiot?
It's basically what he did, and then he shook his hand on Raw.
Yeah, I didn't get it. It'd been better if he just came out and shook his hand. I didn't understand any of that. Miz and Logan Paul versus the Mysterios. I'll be honest, I was not looking forward to this match at all, and it's not something I'd like go back and rewatch, but it was better than I expected it to be.
Yeah, I kind of figured Miz would turn it into something decent.
He's a really underrated guy. I think people talk about him being terrible, but he makes a lot of awful stuff fun.
Logan Paul coming out with one of the most expensive Pokemon cards. I was like, okay, yeah. Do we really need that? I mean, I know he's just trying to be an asshole by wearing it around his neck and everything, but I wouldn't have known what the most expensive Pokemon card is.
This first half, though, you think it was, I could just leave it. It didn't really mean anything. But this next match I thought was great. Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch.
You got to bring up that the Miz did turn on Logan Paul.
He did, which was very weird. But
I didn't expect that. That was a shocker. So.
Are we going to get a Logan Paul Miz?
I'm afraid that's what it's booking towards. I mean, why else would he turn on him? So, yeah.
Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. Yeah, I thought this was great. I thought it was arguably that or the Cody, to me, best match of the night. The last match for me is the funnest match of the night. But just a great match. Cody Rhodes versus Seth Freakin' Rollins we talked about, but I thought this was an excellent match.
I was surprised to see that they were using Cody's song that he was using in AEW. I thought they would do away with that. He was even using an ROH from what I remember. So when he was on the
he must
Indies.
own it, I guess, huh? He had it written for him.
He must have. Yeah, that must be his tune. So
And used American Nightmare.
yeah, American Nightmare. He must own that as well. So he put that in place, and he did the little Stardust.
Yeah, to start
flip, the little cartwheel thing, and all that. But
I mean, anytime someone comes back, the crowd always does cheer for him. But I was surprised, like he was that over. Honestly,
I don't think it's going to last. There's no way it's going to last. He's going to get. People are going to start booing him in some of these other towns.
I mean, honestly, it's hard for anyone who's pushed as a babyface not for the crowd not to turn on you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I it's probably will happen.
You think he's going to tell Vince, "I will not turn"? You think he'll do that whole bit?
WWE does that anyway, though. When they have a face everyone hates, they just keep them a baby face. Mm-hmm. And if they have a heel, everyone wants to cheer. They just keep running with it. So the thing in WWE, for the most part, there's always exceptions. It's very rare, but there are exceptions. But for the most part, whatever level they see you at is what they continue to push you at.
Oh my goodness. Galgo 13 here in the chat room. I love Seth Rollins' character.
What?
Much better than his Monday Night Messiah character and his babyface. Oh my goodness.
I think it's honestly like the worst character.
I'm sorry, Galgo.
Like his worst wrestlers and stuff, but I can't stand seeing it.
This is an awful character. It's like I get douche chills whenever he starts like doing that whole laughing thing. It's not good. It's not good at all. Probably that would be one of those things that I'd be embarrassed if somebody came in and seen.
I would, yeah. I don't even get it. I don't understand it.
Yeah, and it's like if they started asking you about it, and then you got to explain it, and you're like,
yeah, like I don't
feel so bad.
Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. I'll say they both tried hard. As soon as I heard this match was announced on In Your Head, I said the crowd's going to boo both of them, and that's what happened. I'm glad they didn't end with this because it would have been a terrible ending for Mania if you just had this match where the crowd hates both people.
Yeah, that would have been terrible. So
they both tried hard. It was like a hard hitting match and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I was surprised to see Charlotte win in the end. So
I was too, but I'm happy. I'm not really. I was a big fan of Ronda on her first run. I haven't seen everything. What I've seen, I haven't been too impressed by Ronda's comeback. And I don't know if it's true. You read this stuff, you don't know how true it is. I'll just put that out there. But I read that she got really mad when she found out that she wouldn't be closing the show and left the Hall of Fame.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which, I'll say this, if no one knew that Austin was actually going to do a match and you were told they're going to main event the show with an interview, I could see you like thinking, well, that's pretty lame.
Uh-huh.
But if anyone else knew that Austin was actually going to end up doing this match, then you really couldn't follow it with anything else, especially that match when everyone was booing it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but they would have booed it even worse, I think.
So what do you mean she left the Hall of Fame? Because the Hall of Fame was the night before.
Right. When she found out that her match at WrestleMania.
Oh, so she left the Hall of Fame because that's when she found out that she wasn't going to be the last. Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
So then we had what I thought was going to be an interview segment, and it starts out fine, whatever. That's fine. And then it slowly becomes a match, Kevin Owens and Austin. And I'll say Austin starts doing the stomps, and I really got a bad feeling. I was like, these are real. He never did great stomps, but these were sad. I was like, uh-oh, this ain't good.
Yeah.
Then it became awesome. This was a really fun brawl.
Yeah, they did some things. They did some things that I was really shocked that Austin agreed to take, like the whole suplex onto the concrete
suplexes,
thing. And
both giving and receiving.
I mean, it was really fun. I was disappointed whenever they were saying, it's just going to be an interview segment,
Yeah.
but then when it broke down to a match, I was like, okay, this is pretty good. Austin, of course, he's not moving like he did 20 years
No,
ago,
he's
but
not
that's
running the ropes or
TV.
anything. If they did a smart thing. It was probably smart to do the brawl like this because then you could just walk around and do the punches and stuff without him have to run the ropes and everything.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed it. It was
Yeah, I
fun to
loved it.
see it. I mean,
just a fun. It was fun.
mm-hmm. I would say probably this should be a wrap. I don't think he should probably do more, but I think this is a good way to leave it, especially because he said he had his first match in Houston, and this is going to be, maybe he'll have his last match. I think he realizes it too. So
yeah, I've seen people think that because they've hinted him and Brock, but I think from understanding he had picked Kevin Owens because he likes him and also he thought he could have a safe match with Kevin Owens.
I don't think there's any way Vince would have put him in that match unless Austin wanted it. So.
Yeah, I don't. No matter, I'm not saying Brock wouldn't try to protect him. I'm not saying anything like that, but I just don't. I don't see how Brock could have like a totally safe match with anybody and have a Brock style match at all because his whole matches are nothing but big moves. And I don't want to see Austin taking like the big German suplexes and stuff.
No. That'd be crazy. Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, maybe you could. I agree with you 100%. This was very fun, and just I think it's a nice way to go out.
Yeah, WrestleMania main event. I mean, sure, it's on night one. I mean, but
he also
stole the whole
night
show.
Too.
Yeah, then he came out on show.
Well, he didn't close out, but he came out night two.
Yeah. We'll get into that. But
and for once, WWE is like, instead of like they always say send them home happy, but they always usually do the opposite and send people home like upset. But they went out there and like they did something fun and sent the fans home happy.
I got it from Wrestling Beyond the Mat that Terry Funk, he lost like the retirement match that he thought was going to be his retirement match at the time. I kind of expected maybe Austin would have lost to Kevin Owens, but like you say, I guess they were wanting to send the fans home happy.
Yeah.
So, and they did just that.
Plus the way it's set up, the brawl and stuff, so it's not necessarily like losing a match. I will say I think they went a little too far in night two, but we'll get into that. So night one, that really made me happy, that last match, especially. If you would end it with the Charlotte match, I might have had a different feeling of just because it wouldn't have been a nice go home moment. So WrestleMania 2 opens with night two opens with RK Bro, which I can't stand. Versus Street Profits and Alpha Academy. I'm not necessarily a big fan of any of these people. I actually like Otis. The Street Profits are good wrestlers, but it was a very fun match.
Chad Gable's growing on me.
Is he? Yeah. I think he's kind of doing the opposite for me. But
he's just kind of just annoying dude, and I think I don't know.
I've seen very little of him, so this was the first time I saw the stuff, and I can't say I was impressed.
Okay, you forgot to mention from night one that Gable Steve's son.
Oh yeah,
Stephanie brought him out. Oh my gosh, Gable Steveson, Jack.
He needs a different. I know it's his real name, but needs a better name. The last name is very hard to say, and this guy's. I'll just say it. I predict, I'll put this out here. Maybe Al Lube will say, April 5th, Jack was totally wrong. But I'm going to say, I think this guy's just a giant flop. He's got no charisma, no personality. He dresses like a bum.
Why is Vince so hard for him, though? He's
Olympic gold medalist, but
doesn't mean he's going to be Kurt Angle. He kind of
looks like you should hit the gym. I know he's an Olympic gold medalist, but he's not even like, if you didn't know that, he's not like impressive looking. He's a little soft, and he's got no charisma. He's the opposite. He's got looks kind of scared.
I just can't get over how WWE's like, all these people with like just great talent. And then they're just like, we want to push this guy, just because
Well, he's
he's an
got the
Olympic gold
legit
medalist.
background. I don't know how much that really means to WWE, but
I guess it
they
means a
have
lot.
NXT.
I mean, he's on
When
the
you think
show.
you keep him in NXT for a little while till he's like somewhat seasoned?
You would think they would, but they're pushing him right from the get-go. I mean, good on him, and I guess he's getting paid a lot because he didn't make anything doing the amateur wrestling. I guess he probably makes some off of being an Olympic gold medalist by making appearances and stuff. But man, this guy was annoying.
Yeah, he stinks.
I mean, maybe if he does the whole Kurt Angle thing and he's like, you do not boo an Olympic gold medalist.
True. I don't know. I mean, yeah, Kurt Angle wasn't setting the world on fire his first match, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I don't foresee him growing into a great character. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I'm not really seeing it.
When Kurt did that, though, when he was like going, you do not boo an Olympic gold medal, I totally bought it. I didn't think it was a character. I thought it was just him getting angry and he was just saying that. But oh my God, Kurt did become great and like very quickly.
Yeah. One of the best.
But this guy so far, I don't know.
I'm not seeing anything this guy. Even Stephanie had a hard time saying the guy's name. You want to say like Stevenson.
Yeah, can't they call him something to give him one of those dumb
Steve
WWE
Gables?
Names? Yeah, something.
And we also saw both nights. We saw the Hall of Famers come out, and they deserve it and everything. But we saw Undertaker come out and bask in the glory like 3 nights in a row. I guess that was kind of strange.
Yeah, because the first night of WrestleMania, he came. All the people was out there standing.
Yeah,
and they did that whole traditional thing. And then the second night, he came out just him. I was like, okay, we get it. The Undertaker speech was very good. I watched the Hall of Fame.
I did not see the Hall of Fame after that.
It was good. I enjoyed most of it. I mean,
I had to prepare myself for 2 nights of Mania, so I didn't see the Hall of Fame. I didn't see Rampage.
But I've watched it all.
Although I did watch a Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
I did not watch the Ring of Honor, so you do got me there. And I hear like the FTR and Briscoe's match was just off the charts.
Yeah, it was off the charts. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I really, just real quick, I thought the whole show was really good. Some people were upset that a lot of the AEW guys won the titles, but really it was just 2 of them. It was the who was it? Oh, it was Wheeler Yuta won the Pure Championship. And somebody else, I forget who. But like old man, what's that old Japanese guy? He won the TV title.
Suzuki.
Yeah, old man
Minoru Suzuki.
And no AEW guys were in the world title match.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was Gresham versus Bandito. Neither of those guys are AEW guys.
Yeah. They kind of are now, though, if they're going to be in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I mean, well,
if
everyone
they have contracts.
So I mean, what are they gonna have people win that's not even around? I mean, that wouldn't make much sense. But FTR Briscoe's match was just awesome. Young Bucks came in, which I also think it's funny when I complain about that because they have a history with both teams. They wrestled the Briscoes a lot of time, and they have a history of Ring of Honor. So anyone saying this is the AEW team and Ring of Honor, I mean, come on, that's kind of
they were in Ring. I watched a lot of their Ring of Honor stuff. I mean, it's probably outside of Impact. That's probably where I got to know them.
Yeah, I think that's it for this. New Japan and Ring of Honor is when where they really started to get the buzz.
I mean, I remember liking Matt and Impact, and when they're Generation Me and everything, and I put him over some back then. But whenever they went to Ring of Honor is where I really started liking a lot of their stuff. But yeah, they were in New Japan, and that's probably where they really got over.
It was my first time seeing band. Also Tully Blanchard was on the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. He's got a new team. I didn't know who they were. Toa and Khan, 2 big, I think they're Samoan guys. They were cool. They look good. I don't know. They had a squash match basically, and then he was gonna have a third guy, and that ended up being Brian Cage. Well, people know I'm not been a big fan of.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, he looked very impressive. He wrestled how I've been saying he should wrestle, and he didn't do any flips, he didn't do any lucha stuff. He just did like big throws, he did clotheslines. It was kind of a squash match, but to me that he's much more impressive when he wrestles like a big guy.
Yeah, for sure.
So it was a quick match, so you couldn't see too much, but he looked good in that. So I don't know, we'll see where that goes. And then I really like the first time seeing Bandito, he was very good. Gresham's a good wrestler, but to me, he's lacking charisma and stuff, but he's good. He kept the title, but I like how they set this up because earlier Lethal had turned heel. And then it was funny because Matt Sydal was on crutches and Lethal kicked the crutches out and beat him up, which I thought was pretty sweet. Man. Yeah. And who's the Sanjay Dutt's his manager, and he's kind of reminds me of Cyrus with Kenny Omega. He's wearing a suit now. I don't know. I've never been a huge fan of his, but it worked. So anyway, he at the end of the match, he comes in and kind of challenging for the title with Gresham, and they're talking about how Lethal was Gresham's mentor, and so I like that. You know, the mentor winning the title from his protege, and then Samoa Joe comes out, and then I didn't know, but Joe was Lethal's mentor, so it's three generations of mentors, and it's also 3 generations of Ring of Honor world champions. And so I thought that was really cool, and I assume this is going to be an ongoing show because they set up the Tully Blanchard Enterprise. They set up this is probably going to be the main program will be Samoa Joe, Jay Lethal, and Gresham. So there's some stuff going forward that I think they did really well on. I never really saw Lethal's heel stuff, I don't think, but I think he came off a lot better as a heel. Are you a fan of Lethal as a heel? I think his stuff looked good.
Oh yeah, I loved him as a heel when he was coming out with what's his name? The Martinez guy.
Truth Martinez.
Truth Martinez, yeah. They had some great stuff when they were there together when I was watching. So the Book of Truth.
Night 2. We also had Triple H comes out, opens the show.
Gable Steveson, he was at the end of that match, the big tag match, wasn't he? Didn't he come in and or was that another match?
Yeah, it was at the end of this match because it was Chad Gable knocked the red cup out of his hand.
And really, the only reason I bring it up is because I just kind of rolling my eyes thinking, good God, why are they so crazy about this guy? I mean, he's on WrestleMania, for Christ's sakes.
I agree.
But, yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Breaking news. Jujubee just posted in the group. WWE Hall of Famer Jerry Lawler set to return to commentary Monday Night Raw starting next week.
Oh, really?
Filling in for Corey Graves. Why Corey is on his honeymoon with Carmella.
Oh,
is this didn't this happen one other time and Lawler ended up taking the guy's place?
Yeah, it's not going to be permanent though. They'll get rid of Lawler after Corey Graves gets off his honeymoon.
All right. Do you wish you were at their honeymoon?
Like in the JJ position? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
As long as you're there with me, you're watching, just staring through the.
Would this be like a circle?
No.
So also, like I said, Triple H opened the show, comes out, leaves his boots in the ring. Very emotional segment. This was good.
Most definitely, yeah. You know it's killing him that he's having to do this, but it's understandable why he has to.
I saw some people saying this next match was good, but I'm not sure what they're watching. But Bobby Lashley versus Omos, this was just terrible.
Yeah. It wasn't very good. I mean, I don't think Omos can really
He's not good
at all.
No, and we're in this era. Used to back in the day, he could probably just get by being this giant dude. But you in this era, you can't. You have to be like halfway decent. And he doesn't have. He's another guy. He's got like anti-personality. He comes off like he's about ready to laugh, or he's just bad all around. And then I quit watching Raw after the Cody thing, but I saw on Facebook that MVP turned on
Lashley.
Yeah. How does that make logical sense? So why would he turn on the guy that beat Omos?
I think they did have a thing where Lashley was kind of getting a little mouthy with the MVP, saying like he didn't know what he was doing on a previous Raw. I could be wrong. We'll have to get Steven's input.
This was
about that.
But this was one of the best things in WWE, and they've really gone their way to ruin it. The Hurt business.
Well, I think it's smart that they put him with Omos because Omos can't talk at all, hardly. So
yeah, we can't wrestle.
MVP would be a good yeah.
But they should honestly, if they're going to do this, Omos should have went over Lashley though. I think.
Yeah, probably because I mean Lashley's been around forever now, and Omos is the up and coming guy. But
now that Omos lost, I don't know what do you have really.
Yeah. He said it was a fluke on Raw, and he wants this freaking rematch. So
that spear when he hit him in the side, I think Omos just didn't turn around like he was supposed to turn around and take a regular. I think I don't know. It was just I mean, I've seen worse matches, but there was nothing at all good about it.
This wasn't far from them.
Oh, by the way, I did want to mention this. I was listening to Meltzer review the show. And when he was talking about the Flair Rousey match, he said anything that involved movement was not good. And I just started dying when I heard this because he says it like totally serious, like he doesn't realize how bad that makes the match sound.
Really.
And I'm like, it's good when they're just motionless. Like, how's that?
Just stand there, you two.
That'd be a hell of a match. We just stand there like statues.
Jamie Forsythe here. He says they waited too long to give almost a mouthpiece.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's another guy probably would have benefited from being in NXT for a while. I don't know. Maybe they just figured that he's helpless. I don't know.
Taza has figured out that Al Wolf is actually Vince Russo as well.
No,
Vince Russo is going back at it. This is some of the craziness going on in the chat room.
By the way, if you, I'm a little behind. I'm sorry. I'll get these up on. I'm sorry, Mike Bessler. They will get up on the podcast soon. But if you're listening on podcast, every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, sometimes a little later, come and join us on YouTube. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, come and watch us live. You can chat along with us. And during the week, join the Facebook group and you can interact with all of us.
Vic Schiavone says Lawler is better than anybody else they have on Raw, which I think we both agree with that 100%.
Yeah, that was a big problem. I did think with all Mania that I just tried to look over. I thought all the commentary was just the shits.
Yeah, it wasn't very good at all.
We'll get to this guy later, but I've wondered why anyone likes him. I think he's a terrible commentator. I didn't see him in NXT. All that being said, Pat McAfee, leave the announce table and become a wrestler. You're much better.
Yeah, I guess that's like a Vince call. I guess like why is he doing commentary whenever he's like,
I don't know. I think they could have a giant star with the guy. I don't know what the hell they do. This match, I'm gonna guess we're gonna disagree on, and I'll just say this out there. This match is not made for me. So if I thought it was embarrassing, but the crowd liked it, and I know some people liked it on the group. It's not made for me.
Now I could see how you could be like, there should be a better use for Sami Zayn in a WrestleMania. I could understand that. But as far as like melding a wrestling match with the Jackass universe, I think they did that perfectly.
People really liked it. It's just not. I don't know. I've not watched Jackass. I saw some of the last movie I watched out because it's not. It's just this is not for me.
How do you walk out of the movie? There was like plenty of humor in there that you would go crazy for.
Yeah, for half an hour, but like after it's like, do I need to watch an hour and a half of guys getting kicked in the balls? I'm like, okay,
it wasn't an hour and a half of guys getting kicked in the.
Basically, yes, it was getting kicked.
You had to love that monster at the beginning.
Ball. The what?
You're probably all about that monster at the beginning. I don't want to give it away for everybody. What? That's like your humor a lot of times. I mean, no,
not for me.
I just don't understand you sometimes.
I don't know, guy getting like a pogo stick on the balls and like he's bleeding all over the place. Like, I don't know, it's just stupid. I don't think that's funny. Well, there was some funny stuff on. There's funny, but it's nothing I want to sit there and watch for like for 90 minutes.
I see.
And plus, I could have stayed and watched it all, but then I want to take the late bus home from Boston. I was like, if I leave now, I could get a slice of pizza and get the earlier bus. I was like, just kidding. I
will say the other Jackass movies I found better than this one, but I did enjoy it.
That's fine. I'm not going to say anyone's bad or dumb or anything if they like it. I'm just putting out there. I'm not the audience for this match, and I understand there is. So if people like it, that's totally cool. It was not for me. So I'm not going to say it's good or bad for the show. It's just not for me.
But Sami Zayn, he kicked Wee Man right in the freaking face. I mean, it was straight up just bam.
Who was that other guy? The guy in the thong. And that didn't even make sense. I'm like, well, all these guys like wrestle almost.
That's Party Boy or whatever. That was in one of the movies. They're in like Tokyo, and he takes and then he just like makes people uncomfortable.
Wrestlers wrestling almost the same thing.
Well, yeah, but if he does it out in public, which it makes more sense out in public.
I guess, yeah.
Like he was in Japan and he started.
Isn't there a guy named like Bobby O or something?
No, Steve-O.
He wasn't there.
Steve-O was not there. No. He wasn't there for WrestleMania. Not sure why, but
why would like a really slow fake foot kicking in the balls hurt more than if he just kicked them in the balls? I didn't understand.
Yeah, that part didn't make a whole lot of sense. And they kind of screwed up the mousetrap at the end.
Yeah,
like the string just pulled loose. So
yeah, it was bad.
That kind of ruined.
Again, I know people liked it, so I'm not gonna shit. It's just not for me.
Well, I enjoyed it for a comedy match. I mean, that's fine. I do think it was the perfect meld of making a Jackass match into like a wrestling match mixed with Jackass stuff. I thought it was pretty good for that.
No, I'm not going to disagree with you or anything. It's just not for me. That's all. Neither was this next match. Naomi and Sasha Banks versus Carmella. Well, I mean, it was a bunch of women.
Patrick Howell agrees with you here. He says Party Boy is just not meant to be a wrestler. He's with you.
I don't think the crowd was too into that guy either. They were into Wee Man.
Yeah, I mean the Party Boy stuff is probably a little too out there for like especially when the person isn't acting like they're like annoyed or want to get away from Party Man or Party Boy or whatever. So it probably wasn't good for because Sammy just started beating up on him.
Now, if I was rubbing like my thonged ass on you, you wouldn't think it was funny. You'd be pissed.
Or I'd get horny.
True. I was this match I guess was better than I expected to be the women's 4-way. I wasn't really paying much attention, honestly. But Naomi and Sasha won. I was rooting for Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, but if they didn't win, at least Naomi and Sasha seems like it's some kind of team. Like Natalia and Shayna Baszler is just like this random people thrown together.
Yeah.
Why can't they at least come up with names for these teams? Why have a women's tag belt if you don't even have a division? Like there's not one actual team. They're just random people put together. Why even have it? Is it that hard to come up with a team name?
No, I want to think, but I think they've ran out of names. Like we've had like the really bad ones.
They had like
in
45
WWE.
writers. They can't be like, what do you think we should call Naomi and Sasha?
They're probably like repeating names that they've already used, and they're like, we can't use that. That's already been a thing.
The Neon Express.
Yeah.
I don't know, just something.
Well, they did call them something. I think it was like Glow something. Glow.
They did?
I think it was on Raw. They named them like something like.
But that's where I stopped watching
or something.
So I watched the Cody thing, and then the next match was a contenders match. I was like, oh, so these two people are going to fight to become the number one contender. Contenders match, and one of the teams is a champion. I was like, this is just stupid. I've had enough of this show. I'm 20 minutes in, and I've had enough. How can you have a number one contenders match when one of the teams is the champion? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
That'd be like when Mike Tyson was the world champ. You'd be like, well, now he's a number one contenders match versus Bone Crusher Smith. And if he beats Bone Crusher Smith, then he's the number one contender for his own title.
Yeah.
The fuck? It makes no sense. Edge versus AJ Styles. This is like technically is totally fine, but I was fucking this is when I was bored out of my mind. And
here it is.
I think I just real quick, 2 nights of Mania is too much. I'm burnt out.
Yeah. It is. I do think they could keep it just one night, and it would have been like a very solid show if they cut out all the filler and just. But then you got wrestlers complaining because they're not on the show and everything else. Mighty Lexar here. He's got the name of the group. Sasha and Naomi is Boss and Glow.
Boss and Glow?
Boss and Glow.
What the fuck you got a name as that? That is not a tag team name. That's terrible.
Boss and Glow. Watch out, Jack. Boss and Glow is going to get
Boss and Glow? What's that, like Mop and Glow?
I don't know. Maybe somebody looked over and they saw Mop and Glow and they're like, Boss and Glow.
Terrible. It's a terrible name. Come on. Even the bosses or the glow sticks or something. I don't know. So Edge, AJ Styles, to me, I mean, it was a fine match, but it was fun. I was fucking bored.
I don't think I could care any less about freaking Edge anymore. Edge is just like, I just watch him and I'm like, please just go the fuck away.
He looks like when I used to watch a show, my uncle was still alive. Like the last year of his life, he watched it was not Survivor Man. It was these guys that lived out in the wilderness men or something. And like one was an old man, and like one guy lived in Alaska, and it was about people living off the grid and stuff. He looks like one of these guys, like an old man who's up in the mountains, and he's got the wind blowing at him all the time, or like an old guy would be out in a boat, like he was an old fisherman for like 30 or like 50 years. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I know he retired. When he retired, did he just go like stand out in a mountain with like the wind and the sun just beating on his face for a decade? How did he get so old and weathered?
I don't know. He had kids, maybe.
What's that old man on the sea?
Yeah.
Was he out in a boat for like 50 years while he was gone? What the hell happened to the man?
He lost all his charisma, apparently, too. I mean,
he's just old. And then Damian Priest just comes.
Oh my god!
And then he just stands there. I was
It's
like,
like
what?
if you could put like two people that I care nothing about together, it would be Damian. I used to like Damian Priest, but something's happened.
I was used to like Edge too.
I freaking hate him anymore. It's like, good God, this is one team that I'm just like, I just don't want anything to do with them.
The setup was terrible. He just comes there and AJ looks at him and then
he lost the match.
And then he's just comes in the ring and they look at each other and they're like, ha ha ha, and they laugh and shake hands. Like, whatever. I don't know. Couldn't they have cut a better angle? This was the longest match of all of WrestleMania.
Yeah, bad. It was awful.
Yeah, it's so long and boring, and put it in the middle of second night's a terrible place for it, because at this point you've watched a day and a half and you're like, oh God.
We even thought like this might have been a good match when we were predicting.
Oh yeah, I mean technically it's fine, but it's just boring as fuck.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with Edge, but he's just, maybe it's just where he's. I don't know. I think he's just lost it, honestly. It's like I was about to say maybe it's where he's not actively involved with storylines, but then I'm like, do I really want to see him actively involved with storylines?
With the last show I watched, he was all the family man, and then this show he's like a lunatic. I don't understand.
Yeah, I think he realizes like people are a little sick of him. He tried to change it up some, but people are still just sick of him, I think.
I saw the plan is that they're going to build a faction. It's going to be Edge, Damian Priest, and the rumor is Rhea Ripley and Tommaso Ciampa.
Tommaso, just quit, buddy.
I could see Tommaso and Edge together, they could just be these old men out in a boat.
They've got bad plans for you.
Old weathered men.
I know.
Shit, look at these tough 70-year-old men. Like, well, the one guy's 35. I'm like, what?
Didn't he sign an extension to his whole thing, Tommaso Ciampa? Wasn't he about out? And he was like, he signed himself up for a couple more years. But they don't have very good things planned for him. If they're putting him in this team,
well, it's probably better than him just come up being a jobber.
Yeah, but still,
you'll probably be the job guy of the team.
I think I'd rather see him almost be a jobber, because I mean, putting him with these soul suckers of charisma, it's just like Damian Priest, just like, I'm Damian Priest, and
then it's just a big heel thing. People just smile and laugh.
I guess
it was almost like Seth Rollins. They just look at each other and laugh, and they're like, oh, everyone, they don't get mega heat if you just laugh. I don't know.
I guess we'll get into it on the Raw report, but they did like plant some seeds that Rhea Ripley's about to turn on Liv Morgan already, even though
they just put them together. That's actually a team I think actually kind of goes together. You could actually do something with. But anyway, I thought this was just boring as fuck. So at this point in the show, I was just like, oh man, night one was fun. Now it's like, God, this stinks. And then I was like, I think I've just seen too much Mania. Then the next match was the one that was taken off the other show. Sheamus and Rich Holland beats New Day in like a minute and a half. They're like, why they've probably been better off just not being on it.
Poor New Day. God, you get buried by these guys, you know? I like Butch. He's like a crazy guy. He's like trying to get involved in the matches.
Why couldn't he just still be Pete Dunne, though? Why does he have to be Butch?
I like Butch. Butch is better than Pete Dunne.
Bad.
He's Butch.
So this was nothing. This could have been on main event or something. But the next match, I'm just sitting there like, oh man, I've had enough of this. Then the next match surprised me to no end. Pat McAfee, who I can't stand on commentary, won me over in this match. Austin Theory, who I just thought's the jackass. this was good. And then the whole aftermath was the best part, but this was good. Good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Because Austin Theory is Vince McMahon's protege. He's bringing him up. He's his chosen one by Vince McMahon. So he lost. So Vince was trying to get some comeuppance for him, and Vince is like circling the ring. I think even Pat like challenges him to a match, and Vince kind of like acts like he's about to take his shirt off and stuff, and he's like, then he takes off. He waves his hands. And then he stops and he takes his shirt off and he actually gets in there. And the only thing I could really think is this is what happens when steroids don't kill you. Because Vince looks so strange.
Oh yeah, especially when he takes this because he looks like old man. Then he takes the shirt off and he's all jacked. He's still got the old man head. I thought he looked like a jacked up Don Knotts.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Or Emperor Palpatine.
Emperor Palpatine, yeah.
I can't help it. This was fun. I don't know.
It was fun, but I don't know
what the hell. I don't know if it did any favors for Austin Theory or Pat McAfee by the end of all this, but
I like when Vince had the football and he was like,
I don't think he knew what he was doing to do with it.
He was acting like he was going to kick it to the crowd, and because Pat kicked it to the crowd before.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
So Vince was like kind of like acting like he was going to do it as well, and then he dropped it and kicked it into Pat's side. I thought that was kind of funny. That was good.
And then I couldn't believe he pinned him after that. I was like, what? Vince McMahon just pinned this guy? The Pat McAfee just beat Austin Theory. So I thought they were building. Then the old man. Seriously, old man, not just like an older guy. An old man just pins them.
Well, Austin Theory got involved in the match.
That was wacky, but I laughed, and then Vince McMahon got scared of his own music, which made me just.
He got scared. He didn't know Austin Theory's music because Austin Theory's music, and he was like.
And I think you can even say like, "Oh, it's the next one. It's the next."
Good old Vince.
And then you hear Austin's music and I mean I know it's nostalgia, but the one last time Vince and Austin, and then for some reason Vince thinks he's actually going to drink beer with Austin, and everyone knows where it's going, but it doesn't matter. It was a lot of fun.
He thinks it's going to turn out differently, but no.
And he always took a bad stunner, but this was the worst stunner in the history of the move.
He just like Austin didn't even get it locked in, and
no, he just falls over.
He just like melted like the Wicked Witch being. Having the water thrown on her. He was just like,
then Austin's trying to pick him up and do it, and he's still just falling. If the ropes weren't behind him, he wouldn't have just fell.
He may have just fell out of the ring. That would have been the end of him.
And then Austin was laughing his ass off because he knew how bad it was, which just made the segment even better though, because he's just laughing his ass off.
And then he's celebrating with Pat, and then he's just like, "This is the man that I just came out here and say," but I'm giving him a stunner anyhow. So he gave Pat the stunner. So the fans love that as well.
Yeah. Then I saw Pat McAfee said he didn't know it was coming. It's like, come on, dude. But whatever, it's fine. And then I saw Mick Foley's son recorded Mick watching that, and Mick was just like, I thought he was just gonna die. He was just laughing so hard, and Vince taking the stunner. He's just like, woo! It was so funny. I think it's funny for all of us, but I think for people who know Vince, it was especially funny.
Yeah,
that segment. Then I was back into WrestleMania. I was like, man, this is fun times.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last match, I mean, it was kind of a typical Brock Reigns match, but this was built so well. I mean, we've had like a year build to this, and one I was looking forward to. And even though we've seen a lot of these similar matches where it's just big move after big move, and they're not necessarily my favorite, but it really made sense in this one because you have like the two ultimate, badasses in wrestling right now: Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, for all of it, for the both titles. Paul Heyman's just the master manager. He's just perfect in his role.
Whenever Roman was down and he was saying like his arm was dislocated, and then Paul was like, "You have to get up, my what's he calling him, my leader or my
chief or something."
Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, this is your moment. Get up and do it." And I was thinking, yeah, I think they're going to beat Roman.
It was like his Lord. It was like his God. It was was pretty awesome, I have to admit.
And then he got up, and Roman, he caught Brock, and he won the match, which I was happy with because I enjoy the Roman Reigns character. I think he needed the win more so than Brock needs to win, because Brock's over already,
And I've really liked this Brock. I like Brock Lesnar like this. I never thought he'd have so much personality. And he's been on more often now, but I don't foresee him like sticking around like full time. So
no,
I'd rather have someone I don't think Roman has to wrestle every week, but I think the world champ, especially if you're on both shows, you have to be on more than once a month.
Oh, for sure. You can't have your champ just being away and no champ on either show. So.
If you could pull it off, I'd keep the belt on him for as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't look for someone right now to take the belt off him. Just keep going with it.
I think they are going to keep going with it. I think they do like this storyline. I think probably they unified the belts so they can have him on SmackDown and Raw, because he made an appearance on
It is the best. It's one of the only things I ever think about watching.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can't deny it's great storytelling. He's really on another level. He's I always thought he's a good wrestler. I used to think he didn't really have the weirdly, I didn't think he had the charisma stuff to be the top guy when he was a babyface. But he's just great. And Paul Heyman's always been one of my favorite personalities.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird to contrast that with a lot of the other storytelling in WWE, but yeah, it's great.
He dipped off for a while whenever he was like kissing Ryback and all that stuff, and like he was kind of like not doing as good as what he used to, but I think he's rebounded, and he's become Paul Heyman, the great Paul Heyman. So
yeah, that was great. I do think I would strike while the iron's hot, while people are into the Cody Rhodes character. I'm not a fan of him coming back, but while he's there, I would go with him. I wouldn't have him beat Reigns, but I would have. Why not do the next pay-per-view or maybe SummerSlam? Have him beat a couple more people, and if he's still over, Roman Reigns versus Cody for the title. I think you could main event a pay-per-view with that. I wouldn't have Cody win, but if the crowd's still into him, it will make him mad. Roman Reigns beating him.
I think
because you need challengers is the thing. You need people. You need people to feed to Reigns if you're going to keep the title on.
And he has already hinted at like wanting to challenge for the title soon.
So I think you have him. I think Drew McIntyre, now that he's beaten Happy Corbin, that's a potential guy.
Happy Corbin has propelled him.
I mean, I don't know. That's the only thing.
He was like, up there.
Yeah. Who do you put up there with him that anyone would buy has like any shot of beating him?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Drew, Lashley, Cody, maybe.
Yeah.
I was just say. I mean, Edge beat the.
Oh, please, not Edge. I don't do.
But then you have I don't want to see either. I mean, AJ. I don't think AJ's not, but AJ's not really beat anybody for a while.
I think I'd almost rather see Randy go for it than Edge at this point. Not like I want to see Randy go for it either, but I don't know why, but Edge is just like totally turned me off. I'm not digging his character or anything he's doing anymore.
Yeah. There's just a limited group of people.
I mean, and when that John Cena era, I would say Edge was his greatest foe. But like,
Edge was one of my favorites during that time.
I don't know what's happened.
And it wasn't necessarily my favorite era of wrestling, but I thought he was one of the highlights.
Mm-hmm.
I remember he was even for that time, he was a big ratings draw. That's why they had him on SmackDown and stuff. I remember the Rated R Superstar. Yeah, that was really good. Him and Randy Orton were two of the big highlights of that era.
Maybe just like getting with Beth, it's just sucked out all the charisma that he has. It's just like left him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gone. Becoming a dad, he's just like, everything I do stinks. That's Edge nowadays.
So before we get to the Raw report, was there anything you wanted to talk about the Hall of Fame? I did not see the Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame, it was overall, I think, a pretty good show. Pretty emotional stuff when they announced the Warrior Award. And while Dana Warrior was out there about to present their award, I thought, well, here's the lady who's going to be doing creative for Cody Rhodes very soon. She's going to be telling Cody Rhodes what to do.
Do you think Michael Hayes is her mentor? That she could be once Hayes passes the torch, she'll be the greatest mind in the business?
Honestly, I think Michael Hayes is probably a better mind than Dana Warrior. So it pains me to say that. But, well, is she still on the creative team?
I have no idea.
I would be just shocked if I went into like a creative booking and she was actually throwing out good ideas. Like, I would just be like,
what if she was the one writing all the tribal chief stuff?
Oh my God. I'd probably just jump out the window or something. I'd be like, this is just, I can't live in a world where this is happening. But the Hall of Fame, it was good for, I like seeing the Steiner brothers getting inducted, and Scott Steiner, he kind of ran a little long with his speech. And when it got to Rick, I guess Rick really wanted to talk. He was like, "Oh, thanks. You only left me about a minute to talk here, Scott." And Scott was like, he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like you could tell, like like he was really a little hurt that he kind of messed it up for his brother. But it was good stuff. I liked seeing Scott and Rick being inducted into the Hall of Fame. That was a good part. And
it was funny because Rick looks so much older, but at the same time, he still has that youthful look in his eye and stuff. Like he looks like a playful guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I see, and I haven't really seen a whole lot of Braun Breaker, but you kind of see a lot of that in him too. Like they kind of have a lot of the same person.
He really looks a lot like Rick.
Yeah.
It's so weird that they acknowledge that he's related to them, but they keep in the Breaker name.
Braun Breaker Steiner. Can you just add it to it? Like Breaker's
how about name? Breaker Steiner? I don't know.
Breaker Steiner. Yeah.
Can't they just say, all right, you can keep your name, just use. I mean, you can we won't own your legal name or whatever his name, but you can just use it in the wrestling. Do they have to own everyone's name?
Apparently so.
I saw Matt Hardy had to buy his own name back. His legal name that he's.
How's that even possible? He should have just said, "Fuck you! I'm going to use my legal freaking name. Sue me if you." And we'll see
if you're that much of assholes.
Yeah, I mean, if they really tried to pursue that, I bet they would lose.
I would hope.
No way they can't.
I don't even know what kind of person would do that. Like when you just feel like the biggest asshole in the world, like we own your.
Even name. Honky Tonk probably says, "What the fuck, Vince?" He's like, "How can you do that?"
Oh man! All right, so we're gonna start taking these Zoom calls. How about Undertaker? What was that speech like? I heard
Undertaker's speech
was motivational speaking. Or something.
Well, he had like a headset on with like a mic, and it was cool seeing him. And he kind of went through a lot of stuff. And
although I saw Noel Foley was upset that he didn't thank Mick.
Mick for the match that they had. I could see him like bringing that up, because I mean, they
It's one of the
Mick,
most. I think I said this on the board, and I didn't mean it as a knock on Foley or anything. I do think those matches, that match meant more for Foley's career than Undertaker, but still a really huge deal. I do think because from understanding, he thanked like everybody, so you would think that would have been up there.
He thanked a lot of people
because also Kane, the Kane character is did much more for Kane than Undertaker. So, and he thanked Kane.
For sure. I think he could have brought up the Hell in the Cell, and maybe it just didn't. He didn't think about it.
That's true. You're up there.
I mean, it happens. I mean, he probably maybe he read that comment and he thought, "Oh shit, I probably should have said that."
If I was inducted into the Podcasting Hall of Fame and I was talking about In Your Head and I never mentioned you, would you feel kind of messed? Would you feel left out?
Well, yeah.
I want to thank Goosey.
The one thing that I found a little strange was he kept bringing up like Bone Street Crew, and it's like, hasn't all of those guys been fired from like WWE for years? I mean, like,
it didn't help you. Like the Click guys, it did help you, but I don't think it really helped those guys.
No, they were all gone. He was like talking to the Godfather, how and like Godfather's been gone for how many years now?
Godwins.
He brought up Yokozuna, because he said that was one of the original members and all that. But it was very good. I think the Hall of Fame was pretty good this year, and they didn't have 1 million people.
I think that. Did they do any I forget what they used for the term, but did they induct like any old people that they didn't announce on the?
I didn't see that on the show if they did, so they may have, and they just didn't play it.
Oh, okay. I didn't see this last week. We're doing the show, but I've seen it since. Former guest on the show, Rocky King, passed away.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Not very old. I think early 60s. Really nice guy. He's a fun guest. I always enjoyed him as a wrestler too. So
yeah.
And from my understanding, he was a really good guy in his community. Did a lot for poor people and in his community after he left wrestling. So I didn't know this either. He was homeless before he became a wrestler.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
And so he gave back to his community after he made somewhat of a name for himself. So I thought that was very admirable. Okay, so rest in peace, Rocky King.
Most definitely.
So I don't know. I think Steven already fell asleep. I don't know if we're going to get the Raw report, Incher.
No Raw report.
Steven Butler, wake up, boy! Ah!
Well, we need to get to the Zoomers first. Goosey
Who's zooming who?
First.
Goosey, Goose is on the loose.
Goosey.
I will say, I really think they need to do the fucking Hall of Fame back in a closed door setting.
No fans.
No fans. It just, I know the WWE Hall of Fame is not really legitimate Hall of Fame, but it just like, entrance music. And I mean, what the fuck corny dog and pony show is this? Like fans chanting, "You deserve it," and "Fight forever," and all this crap. And it's like,
I didn't understand some of their chants during Cody's speech, or like, "You deserve." I was like, what does he deserve?
Yeah, that was a little.
You can do it, or where the fuck.
They were also chanting, "You still got it" during like awesome. I mean, I think for Vince McMahon, which I thought was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's the worst.
You still got it. This guy's like falling around.
Yeah, Vince never had it to begin with. He's never been very athletically gifted.
So-called Sunner I've seen in fucking my lifetime.
What
Austin was laughing his ass off in the ring, like, what the
fuck? That made me laugh so hard. You think he'll wrestle for the Prince in Saudi, Vince McMahon?
Oh gosh.
Maybe that'll be Reigns' opponent, Vince
McMahon versus Roman Reigns. I don't think they want to go there. Hopefully not. I mean, what would Vince be? I mean, it's like two heels versus each other. Vince can't be a face. There's no way Vince can be a face.
Maybe to the Saudi Arabians, if the prince is like demanding that they cheer him or they get beheaded.
Vince comes out with a guillotine, just waiting for Roman. He's like, I'll put you in this, Roman, when we get done.
The head of the table.
I'll have your head on my table.
And you think that they might love without your head over there?
Oh.
The name would be catchy for him.
All right. So Goosey, what was on your mind? What
I tried to give WWE a legit chance this week. WrestleMania was pretty entertained for the whole show. I mean, there was some stupid shit. There was some fun shit. Then
but overall, it was entertaining. I have to admit.
Yeah. I mean, there was funny moments. It was cool seeing Stone Cold wrestle a match. It was, and that Raw came and the Cody stuff. I'm just like,
so phony.
It's one thing to just come back to the company, which, hey, if you wanted to come back to WWE, cool. But this just charade of it's
against everything he said for the last 6 years.
Yeah, it comes off as a sellout. Like
now Triple H is his favorite wrestler of all time.
Yeah, after you did nothing but you did AEW destroying fucking chairs and fucking thrones. Fucking, I mean,
do you think where he had a hand in like the creative department? Do you think he feels like that was his downfall in AEW? That's why the fans started booing him, and maybe he felt like he had to get out just to get out from underneath that, where they wouldn't think he's in the creative. I don't know. I really don't know why he left. I can't understand it.
So what I heard, it was contractual, but I mean, man, he must thought he was worth more than what the fuck Tony Khan wanted to give him. But
yeah,
even then, his character was just like it had run its course. Like, he's not a Hogan, he's not an Austin, he's not he's not even fucking Moxley or Omega.
And he had that stipulation where he could never go for a title or anything.
He mentioned that in a interview, at a character interview. He's like, I didn't want to be there and just win the TNT title over and over again. I wanted to come place where I could win the world title. But it's like that was his idea. Wasn't like this was like a legit thing that just happened that he can't go for. Like that was a booking decision that he came up with.
It feels like he's taking the easy way out in building his own name, like Dustin did with Goldust all those years. And he's just going back to Vince, and I'm going to play off the Dusty Rhodes angle. I'm the son of a plumber, the grandson of a plumber. And it's like, I mean, I would bet money that we're going to see him in polka dots in 6 months. You know what I mean?
I mean, deep down inside, I would think his dad would admire him more if he was in a company that he created, and it's like the legit competition to WWE, not to win the belt. I mean, maybe that's just his kayfabe reason. I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
I kind of think it's important for. I think I don't know. I don't understand.
You're doing a Dusty documentary.
Yeah, they're doing that Dusty documentary, but he was over this weekend. But wait 6 months when they're in, fucking Wichita, and all of a sudden wrestling has more than one royal family hits, and the crowd's just dead silent.
We'll see. I mean, it's been over the last 2 nights, but I said earlier, almost everyone in WWE, when you're pushed as a babyface, they almost always turn on you anyway. But so we'll see.
How do you think Vince feels about that when that plays over the speakers? He's like, wrestling has more than one royal family. You think Vince just goes, ha?
Well, supposedly
he's like, who's my little bitch? Who's my little bitch out there in the ring?
I mean, supposedly Vince agreed to all this contract, but I mean, what does it say about WWE's fucking star-making power that they've got to go out and get some reject from basically their main competition to be, one of the top guys in their company?
They have a lot of talented people that they don't like. Even though I enjoyed all the Pat McAfee and Austin Theory stuff, but like they came off like goofs at the end of that because they all got beat up by the old people.
I mean, Owens is phenomenal, and here he's jobbing to Stone Cold, and
which it's like I don't think you could really have Austin lose that, but at the same time, they didn't really protect any of their own guys, any of that besides like Reigns, who's already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean Roman Reigns.
Like I don't think you can get any more over than any bigger than he is.
He's been the champion for 200 or almost
500
full calendar years. Like fucking change it up a bit, for Christ's sake.
I mean I like that. But I'm just saying you should be building some other people up while he's on the top, because there's really, besides bringing in. I said I don't know. There's not really a lot of challengers.
No, I mean, what are they gonna have? Fucking Veer come after him?
He is back.
Did you read Did you read how they worded this article when?
Yeah, Fightful he came on Rey Mysterio.
I'm gonna grab this. I can't do it justice unless I read it word for word, but it's pretty awesome. Veer comes hard on Dominic Mysterio, forces him to submit, unloads on Rey Mysterio.
You think they just had to do that just to amuse themselves?
Probably.
Oh, God.
So was Veer? I don't think we're gonna get the Raw report, but
Steven die?
Well, he probably fell asleep. So was this Veer debut? Was it amazing or what?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Did you love it? Didn't you?
It was at that point where I said click and turned it to college basketball.
The Veer debut, he just came in and just beat the hell out of Dominic, like you said, but he didn't do what the article was saying.
Fuck Dominic.
But like Ray was trying to save him, and he just picks Ray up and throws him. And it's just like, why is he beating up on them of all people?
I mean, Dominic Mysterio is a legit prospect that should be in NXT learning the fucking ropes, and he's saddled in this fucking jobber status with his dad. It's like, what the fuck are you even doing here?
Song Man, what's on your mind?
Well, I found a really big thing because that I'm not gonna go with 20, of course, because there were no fans. But after last year, this probably was the only great WrestleMania from both cards for night 1 and 2. I enjoyed. The only problem I had, of course, was I know not me, just the main event, of course, because as everyone predicted, what the fuck's gonna be so greatest about this being the greatest match of all time when it lasted just like 5 minutes as always. So this wasn't even as big of a thing. But I will tell you this.
I like it.
Talked about earlier. I've never in my whole years felt emotional for a Hall of Fame speech because of all that 5 standing ovation for Taker got after 30 years waiting for this moment. This was even longer than Hogan's, if you remember back how long it took for him to get his speech ready before he spoke.
Yeah. Well, it was a good speech, and he really gave it his all, and he said he never really wanted to reveal himself outside of his character, but he was going to do that for the Hall of Fame so he could give back to the fans what they gave to him, which was pretty neat. Good stuff. Nice of him to do.
Just how can it be the greatest match of all time when we've seen the same match about 6 times in the past 3 years?
Who's the greatest match of all time? Reigns and Brock?
Yeah, that's what they were promoting it as. And it's like,
I have one thing to say about it, though. I do think it was stupendous.
oh my God, if they said that one more time, I was going to punch
This
it.
one is the biggest.
Well, first of all, how many years in a row besides 2020? How many years in a row and then like over a decade? Last night, we may witness the greatest WrestleMania of all time, besides just a match.
Yeah.
This most stupendous. I will say they also showed the same advertisements over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
Well, Jonathan Jackson, didn't he make comments saying like he wasn't getting any ads? If he like,
yeah, he's probably paying out.
Something?
He's getting the premium. He's got, he's loaded.
Hey, that's for $5.
Probably what you're getting is not like great. Like to not have
what are
those,
you
like,
getting? Yeah, that's interesting.
Is
Like
it just like
Natty
promos?
Neidhart just walking around with her cats or something.
Oh, that would be good.
I mean, Kitten's enter, not like her poontang.
Oh,
Yeah.
Speaking of poontang, Lexar, what's on your mind?
What is
I'm not a poontang.
I meant you're getting all the poontang down at the whorehouse, or not the whorehouse, down at the strip club.
He posted a picture he had with Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
Cool.
Did you give her the old Lexar?
That was from WrestleMania pre-pandemic, the last one before the pandemic started. So.
Were you rubbing that table?
No, I kind of wish I did though. There was a photo at that same WrestleMania that had some guy posing with Becky Lynch, like she was like the guy was like kind of like in front of Becky with his arms around her hips, and Becky has this like very very.
Have you ever Lexar'd anyone famous?
No, but I would like to.
Who would you like to Lexar?
There are a couple people. Bailey,
Ellen?
Kim Kardashian.
Ellen, what?
Kim Kardashian.
Oh, Kim Kardashian.
You think if Lexar'd Ellen, he'd get her back on the other team?
Yeah. switch in.
So if you start at Lexar and Kim Kardashian, do you think and Pete Davidson took some offense to it? Do you think you could take him in a fight?
A weird looking dude.
With a weapon, yeah.
With a weapon?
Oh.
Well, that wasn't the stipulation.
With a weapon and maybe a handgun or something.
A handgun? Whoa! Whoa!
I think that gives you like a good.
Just start shooting this guy so he could rub his penis on his woman.
Not only that, I have to deal with Kanye West, and because like Kanye West trying to get Kim Kardashian back.
Yeah, he's still trying to get her back.
So we don't condone any. In your head does not condone any of this behavior.
Yeah, we don't.
We do not condone murder for
murder, so you can sexually assault the woman. That might be legal in West Virginia. I don't know. I don't know all the bylaws.
No, unless it's on the courthouse steps on Sunday at
and they deserve it.
2:00. And
speaking of posting things on Facebook, Goosey was posting something along the lines of Ring of Honor's uploading or upsetting everything that WWE does, and I chimed in and said the Undertaker Hall of Fame speech blew them out of the water. It was so good. Undertaker's Hall of Fame.
I didn't see it, but I did like Ring of Honor a lot. I thought it was a great pay-per-view.
I think Samoa Joe going there is a big fucking deal, man.
I thought it was great.
All night on that AEW
Dynamite too. I mean, that's a big fucking.
I'll be there tomorrow night at AEW. I'm gonna be wearing this hoodie.
Yes.
The Icon Sting.
Just like
I saw that you bought tickets. You posted it on Facebook. You bought tickets.
Yeah, me, my brother, and his girlfriend B will be there.
that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Lexar wouldn't stand for that. Sit next to a man and his girlfriend.
I'll sit next to you, but just because you'll be sitting in between.
I'm not sitting in between them.
Then you're separate. Then you're sitting separately. What?
Well,
The hell?
I think as long as the flea and his girlfriend don't get busy,
That would be amusing if like they're trying to sit down beside you. You're like, oh no, wait a minute. I'm here. I got to get between you.
They've been together since high school. I think I'm fine being around them.
Well, I would hope to see not just someone. I would like to see something make it all elite while you're there. In breaking news, Jackie Jones lotteries are all elite. So that means they're all the winners for the roster and not him anymore.
Oh.
Troy's making some
Jackie
posters. He's
Jones.
making an Orange Cassidy poster, and I think he's going to make a Young Bucks poster.
Oh, excellent.
Is it in the same? You got like any seats that was the cameras will capture you?
I don't know. They're not front row enough. The front row were thousands of dollars. I ain't paying that.
You don't have the
That well, legit like $3,000. I looked them up on the show that live. Remember?
Dang.
So you're sitting all the way up.
I've been at this arena before. Honestly, none of the seats are bad.
What arena?
What are you gonna?
It's Agus Arena, I think. It's where the Eagle. I think it's the BC Eagles play. Boston College Eagles hockey team.
Well, you'll be seeing a great tag team match. The Young Bucks takes on FTR.
Hell yeah,
I think
it's gonna be awesome.
I think it's for the AAA tag team titles or the Ring of Honor tag team titles.
Yeah,
or both?
the AAA titles. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this is gonna be a good show. And then Rampage comes on after it.
Boy, they've held those belts a lot longer than what you figure. The AAA titles, they've had them for a while.
Yeah, yeah. What are they doing in AAA? They're like, well, where's our titles?
They're wanting them back.
So, anything else in your mind, Lexari?
Not much, Jack. I only want you to do that wrestling growl that you do a couple years ago.
The what?
During this time of WrestleMania, there's lots of wrestling over the weekend, and you do this wrestling growl that you always do. Wrestling.
I love that. They're wrestling here.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah, I gotta get the wrestling. Wrestling.
You can feel it to your being.
That's kind of like how you're doing watching WrestleMania, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then you tuned into Raw, and you're like, wrestling.
Lots of wrestling over the weekend outside of television, what you see on TV.
Also very excited for my horror movie fans out there. 2019, we filmed principal photography, my first feature film. February, we filmed the first movie I was producing. They're actually combined, these two movies. Then COVID, everything's put on hold, but now it's all back, and we hope to finish the movie this month so we can get it submitted to festivals, including Fantasia Fest, which is, if people don't know, one of the biggest genre fests in the world. Takes place in Montreal, so hopefully that happens. And if it gets accepted, I'll be going up to Montreal. But just today, I've helped put this together. A former guest on, I did put it together. Former guest on Without Your Head back when Jittery John was part of the show. Victor Miller, the original author of Friday the 13th, agreed to be in the movie, and we filmed it today. Sophia Cassiola, one of my co-producers, filmed that today, and he is in the movie. Very exciting.
Oh, excellent.
So thank you, Victor Miller.
Cool.
Also recorded Lloyd Kaufman over the weekend from Troma. We got 2 more people coming up, and it could finish it. So we'll see. But anyway, Victor Miller, very exciting. I don't think he's really in much stuff, so I didn't know if he'd do it. Got the lawsuit still going on. He's not allowed to talk about that, but very good. He's in the movie. Vic Schiavone, what is on your mind?
Well, first thing, I need to apologize to Incher because I encouraged him to double down that Cody wasn't coming, and
Vic,
I was wrong.
Vic, we were soldiers in arms, and I applaud you. We did what we thought was right. So we saw it all the way through, and it didn't end up in our favor, but it's just how those things go, I guess.
But now that I've seen-
Madman Mitten, he still thinks it's a work. He thinks that Cody's just getting there to win the title. Then he's going to show up on Dynamite with the WWE World Title.
that's the only way he could get on my good side.
I agree.
Yeah.
Lexar would probably shoot the TV.
Yeah.
No! Then he'd go burn his house down. Or something.
Yeah. And by the way, I forgot to mention about Cody, by the way. Like, I think after all these WrestleMania years, when we saw a return, we saw just a couple that were not that big memorable. But I think without a doubt, making a return and even being a never better match, he may have given for WrestleMania because he definitely stole the show out of both nights with him and Seth. I got to give it to him on that.
It was a good match. I don't think I liked it more than the Austin stuff, but it was very good. He did deliver a good match. I'll give him credit there.
Yeah.
I'm still a little mad at him, though. It's kind of hard to see past that for me, anyways. I think I'll be mad at him forever.
I just think he's just so full of crap.
Yeah.
I read his interviews and he's saying that he's coming to be the best wrestler in the world. And I can guarantee you that Vince McMahon doesn't see that.
No.
I guarantee you the fans don't see that. They didn't see that in AEW.
The only thing Vince sees is making
he's a good
AEW
wrestler,
work.
but he's never going to be the top guy.
No.
No. I don't think so. I think he'll be buried shortly.
I bet he's gonna win the Money in the Bank and become world champion.
We'll see.
We'll see.
That could happen.
Probably. Yeah.
I don't foresee him being the if they still had the two belts. Yeah, I wouldn't. Whatever. I don't foresee him dethroning Roman Reigns after he's had the title for almost 2 years and has both titles. I just don't see it. I mean, maybe they'll surprise me, but I don't see it happening.
Just to catch up with the chat room here, we got Patrick Howell. He's wondering if he ever made any sex jokes at Geraldine. And Jamie Forsythe, he wants to know if Geraldine is a 90-year-old woman. No, is the answer to that.
I'll try to get her on. I think she's broke her microphone, though, unfortunately.
Oh, that happens to us all the time. Whenever we get the women on, and they're like, I broke my microphone. I'm like, what? Every time.
Just use a Zoom app, just like I'm doing now.
The Golgo would like we'll see about this to give away the posters or maybe do super chat. Maybe we'll do something like that.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
It'd be awesome.
I'll sign it with my rainbow of love for Golgo 13.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get that joke.
Could you brand it? Like brand the poster?
That would be cool.
As long as it doesn't keep burning, it burns the whole thing. But
there was back when we were kids, when we played D&D, we used to, I think, burn the edges of paper to make it look old.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Like a scroll. You know what I'm saying?
Very creative.
And if you would take the flame and post, you couldn't get too close to the paper. You'd burn the edges, but you'd get kind of far away to the bottom of the paper, and it would give it that brown look. But you couldn't get too close, or else it would burn it.
Yeah.
Was there anything else there, Mr. Vic Schiavone?
No, I don't want to hold up the Raw report anymore. So
he is jonesing for that Raw report.
One more before we get to the Raw report. Talk about the wrestling. We got Stellar Steve on.
Mr. Stevens. Stellar Steven.
Yeah, I'm here.
What the hell's on your mind, boy?
I had on mute earlier. I thought it was funny that GCW's promoter was taking photos of Stephanie over the weekend.
I saw that.
Lauderdale.
The GCW promoter was taking pictures of Stephanie.
Yeah,
I
with
don't know.
Stephanie.
Oh, with
Yes.
her. Oh, okay. I see. I
Some
thought
of
you
the
meant he had
wrestlers
a
are-
camera and he was just taking pictures of her.
No.
Okay.
But
I see.
yeah, I was like telling my friends a game changer of Thrones because two promoters.
Mhm.
But I watched some of clips of Josh Barnett's Bloodsport from GCW, and it was some pretty cool action. Puro Dead is the Instagram I was looking at, and like
Ooh.
GCW Bloodsport, Josh Barnett's Bloodsport.
Oh.
There's an Instagram that there was a bunch of like highlights I was watching after the fact. There's an Instagram and a YouTube that was like putting up the highlights from Bloodsport. It was pretty interesting. And Suzuki was in the main event with Chris Dickinson, I believe.
The old man.
Yeah, Suzuki is like a badass fighter. It's like founded MMA before like UFC even existed. Like founded Pancrase, and Josh Barnett and Suzuki are tight. So yeah, Suzuki's been on these Bloodsport events. And then
I saw Liv
Barnett-
Morgan took a picture with old man Suzuki.
yeah, I did see that.
How does that one go down? Just old man Suzuki's just like,
Liv might have been
"Ah,
a fan.
hot
but,
woman.
No, I think she was all about it. I think she was like a big fan of his.
She's into Minoru.
I guess.
I know Tanera Conti was a fan. She like took a picture
She
with
probably
him.
thought it was Asuka's like grandpa or something.
Yeah, Josh Barnett had a match with Jonah, who used to be Bronson Reed, and like tapped Jonah out. Chris
Yeah.
Dickinson beat Suzuki by elbows. Moxley beat Bip Busick. He used to be Oni Lorcan. Moxley, I think, finished him with a running knee. It was a pretty intense match, what it seemed like from the highlights I was watching. Biff was like bleeding a lot. So living up to the brand name Bloodsport.
Make
I still gotta-
bleed.
I still got to watch ROH Supercard of Honor. I thought it was
Uh-huh.
cool that Suzuki won the TV title. I like Rhett Titus too, but I think it's cool
I
that
thought it
Suzuki
was
finally got an
sad.
American
This
title.
old man beat Rhett Titus. This
Well,
old
he's
man
a
looks
legend,
like he had like
so-
some kind of accident shaving his head.
I like his hairstyle.
Come on. No,
I
one
like Rhett
likes
Titus
that.
too, but Suzuki is a badass, so I don't mind him winning. And then Samoa Joe, I
Barely
think it's cool that
walk.
he can kick everybody's ass. What are you talking about?
And
Put some respect on Suzuki's name.
kayfabe.
He tapped out Ken Shamrock twice. He's a badass. Like, put some respect on his name.
Old man Suzuki.
What if, Jack? If
I
you
could
keep
see
calling
Lexar
him an
getting
old
that
man,
Suzuki haircut though. If
What
he
if
would
he-
shave some like dots in it. Shave
what
one
if he
eyebrow.
came in and started tapping
Look
you
like a
out?
leopard.
Huh? He just
Look
walks
like a
down the
leopard.
basement down there and throws Liv
I don't think he
Morgan
could get
aside.
down the basement. There's
Why
like
is that?
13 steps. I don't think he could get down them.
Oh, come on now. He's going to come down there and tap you out.
I think it's cool that Samoa Joe's a Ring of Honor. Like,
I
Not too
agree with
surprised.
that. I'm a
Aw.
big Samoa Joe fan. Beat
I'd
that
like to
old
see
man.
Samoa.
Beat
I'd like
some
to
old
see Samoa
sense.
Joe and Suzuki.
I'd like to see him get someone good. Fucking this old
How
man.
is Suzuki not good? You're
He
full of shit.
sucks. He completely
You're
sucks.
full of shit. You're full of shit.
I'm not blinded by like this love of this old man. I saw him. I gave him a shot. I was like, man, the crowd loves this old man. He looks like he's handicapped or something, but we'll see. Then I watched this match.
Better than
and
Vince
he's moving-
McMahon.
he's
Better
moving
than
in
fucking
slow
Vince
motion.
McMahon.
No, I
76 years
don't-
old.
I
Freaking
mean,
squashing Pat
well,
McAfee.
Vince McMahon's like 78 or something. I don't really think saying he's a better worker than Vince McMahon's like high praise, but I will say I enjoyed Vince McMahon much more.
I'm just keeping it topical.
Probably 100% more than the matches I've seen of Suzuki.
I didn't mean it was a high bar phrase. I was just keeping it topical.
But I mean, it's not like I'm like saying Vince McMahon's this great wrestler who's a badass or nothing. I personally don't understand the love of this man.
Anytime we go to a convention, Jack, and Suzuki's going to be there, I'm going to hire a Japanese translator so he can translate all the crap you've been talking about him.
I'd be like, everyone knows Suzuki's my favorite wrestler. There's no anger.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what he was saying before.
All right, now it's what everyone's been waiting for, and apparently all of Canada is loving this. It was like the highest rated Raw in like forever, and I think people are saying, it's for the Cody. It's because, it's not even because of old man Austin. It's because of Stephen Butler's Raw report here on In Your Head. It's the ratings are going through the roof in Canada.
Raw report.
Earlier today, I actually got
Raw report. Raw report.
I didn't even feel it because unlike that old man, I'm a badass, and the booster didn't even affect me. All right, so hopefully affect me in a good way. We have Stephen Butler on the line here for the Raw report.
Good evening, everybody. Coming off that post Mania hangover, how's everybody doing?
What, did you get drunk for Mania? Or you're just saying it's like eating a turkey sandwich. It kind of gets you so high, and then you get sleepy and
like Veer, I came hard.
Oh my
We're
goodness.
gonna talk about the House of Edge.
Gonna come hard on Lexar.
Oh, good Lord.
What? I meant like Raw, like Veer.
Oh, okay.
Veer is finally here, says Andrew's Horror Show. Veer is here. Veer is here. Veer is here. Veer is here.
Veer Mahan.
Yeah. Now I'm rooting for my man Shanky.
Yeah, we want Shanky.
WrestleMania 39, Shanky versus Veer. That'll be the real biggest match in Mania history.
If neither of them doesn't get released, though.
Hell no, it's going to be stupendous-er than this year.
Stupendous, sir.
Mm-hmm. Boom, Raw report!
Jack, you watched most of the Raw, at least half of the Raw, so does that mean Stephen Butler had to cover the other half of the Raw report since you left watching?
Hey, cover
watched
shit,
20 minutes.
Lexar, if you don't stop interrupting him.
God damn, Lexar. How dare you interrupt the Raw report? No one ever interrupts this. He's talking about putting respect on old man Suzuki. You got to put some respect on the Raw report. Respect that.
I love you, Lexar.
You watched Raw, but you stopped watching in the middle of it.
No, I think I stopped watching into the very first match.
Right
I
after
watched
Cody
the whole
left.
thing. I watched all of it.
Okay, Jack. So you saw Raw begin with
Cody. I was happy that
Cody
opened the
coming
show
out.
because I did think, oh, good, I don't have to watch all this. This is what I was actually wanting to see.
So Cody comes out. Now I know, judging by all the comments in your WrestleMania chat about Cody, I would assume that Mr. Cody Rhodes isn't a very popular guy in the Headyverse.
No,
I say no. His match, that's very, very good.
We used to take up for him whenever the fans are booing him in AEW, but now I'm starting to think they were right to boo him.
However,
Turncoat.
American sellout.
Andrew says that Vic Schiavone looks like a little bit older Cody Rhodes.
That's depressing.
It kind of looks like Sting.
I don't see it.
Dang.
Sting.
Like Surfer Sting?
Yeah,
That'll
Sting.
take. 'Cause I'm the same age as Sting now. I had my
It's
birthday
showtime, folks.
I thought he
Get
was
up
gonna
and
say
beat your
Warrior.
chest and do a
I don't
stinger
think
splash for
it's-
us.
Patrick wants to know what the hell does spanking off mean?
That's Geraldine, Patrick.
We don't talk about
I
that
don't know.
during the Raw report.
You gotta ask Papa Hal that one. Time that little Patrick had the talk. But now it's time for reporting on the Raw here on the Raw Report. Happy Easter. I've decorated here
No.
for Easter.
I know you guys were really down on Mr. Cody Rhodes. However, I'm
You're
gonna
loving
give
it.
him a chance because now that Roman Reigns is this double champion, he holds the belts, he's going to be on both shows. He basically needs some new guys to face that he's never faced before. And one of those guys is going to be Cody Rhodes. Eventually,
I
don't
said
know
all
when.
this.
So, and this builds into his promo that he cuts. Now, I thought it was a very emotional promo. I know you guys are very skeptical of him.
I did not. I thought it was very
Faker.
full of
But-
crap.
He brought out the
Bunch
picture.
of BS.
Yes, I know you guys are going to be skeptical of this. He brings
No,
out the picture of Dusty Rhodes.
It's very phony.
He brings out the picture of Dusty Rhodes. He cuts his promo. You know, keep in mind, this is World Wrestling Entertainment, and they're all about storytelling. Forget about the matches. This is about storytelling. So Cody's going to tell a story, and the story, and this is now.
He told the
Keep in
story
mind-
of how he took a knife and he took it out and he just stuck it in Tony Khan's back and he twisted it. And he was like, "Oh, I'm such a
GQ
turncoat."
Marshall and the Young
He's
Bucks
like-
and Kenny Omega and
He's
all the
like
Pee Wee Herman for a
fans
second.
and all
Pack
the
my
Nightmare
shit.
family and his
GQ
brother.
Marshall, I'm out of this place and you're going to be stuck here because WWE's never going to want you.
He just starts. He puckered up, kissing the ass of Vince McMahon and Triple H.
He's suckling up to the teat of Vince McMahon. He's like,
No,
Vince
if
is
you
like,
guys
"That's good, my little
remember,
bitch. That's
Yeah.
good. Welcome to the big leagues, my little bitch."
now
But
I
no,
don't
that all said,
know.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought the match was great. He got a huge reaction, and we'll see if it continues up.
Yeah,
No.
keep it up, little bitch.
I
See
just-
how you do, whatever. Whatever you're out there is Stardust again.
so
Andrew
I
says we
guess-
all look like wrestlers.
So I guess Vic would remember. Vic, did you? I'm assuming you used to watch Dusty Rhodes back in the 1970s.
What the hell? Are you saying Vic's an old man?
I was watching him too.
Like, I assume you were watching. You're watching
No, I
Farmer
was
Burns
watching
back
him
in the
too.
turn of the century. The turn, meaning the 1900s.
I was watching him too. I was watching Dusty
Farmer
back in the
Burns?
70s as well.
Oh,
So, but keep in mind,
the
Dusty-
1870s.
Yeah, when Dusty was going for the NWA title, the money was all in the chase. It wasn't actually in him winning the belt because as soon as he won the belt, he would lose it. So I think the same thing's going to apply to Cody here. The money is not in Cody being champion. The money is in Cody chasing for a belt.
The money's
So-
in that little bitch's pocket. That's where it's at. He's like, yeah, stuff my pockets with that Vince McMahon money. That's all I care about. That's why I'm here.
I
Fuck the
disagree with that, and I'll tell you why. Because
Don't disagree.
Dusty was larger than life, and he was one of those wrestlers that didn't need a belt.
Yes.
Cody needs a belt
Oh, you think
to
so?
be relevant.
Oh, okay.
I thought his best run in AEW was as a TNT champion.
Hmm. But I
Jamie
think-
Forsythe says Vic is the twin brother of Harold Ramis.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'll take that.
Harold Ramus? Yeah.
Ghostbusters
Director
after.
of Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Stripes.
Stripes.
Mhm.
And an original member of SCTV.
Mhm.
Yeah, up there in Canada town.
Up in Canada, that's right. He was one of the original guys on the television show SCTV.
We're pissing off Lexar here. He wants Raw Report.
Okay, getting back to Raw. Okay, everybody's favorite wrestler, Cody. Cody cuts his promo, and
We're
then
still in the first 5 minutes of Raw here. Go on.
And out comes Seth Rollins in another stupid suit. And
Maybe the stupidest. Those pants. Whoa! Total friend of the week on those pants.
so you think there's
How the hell did get Becky pregnant wearing those pants?
Well, she took one look at it.
You got to take your pants off to get her pregnant.
Oh, he took those pants off. That's right.
Yeah.
So he doesn't take his pants off. Instead, he just shakes hands with Cody.
You're just going to make a mess if you just leave the pants on.
Okay. Okay. Now we actually get a wrestling match.
Wrestling on the Raw Report.
Oh, yeah, talk about names. This is the name I was trying to remember last time. So Boss and Glow takes on Live for Brutality.
What a shit name. Come on, Boss and Glow.
Yeah.
Go on. I say call them the Glow Sticks. That's not a good name either.
So Boss and Glow get the win. And I guess this upsets Rhea Ripley because she's tired of losing, I guess. And so she just walks out on her partner. And Liv is all depressed.
That's
well, they have this long history together.
They do. They've been together for 3 weeks, I think.
This is the modern day barbershop when Shawn Michaels threw Marty Jannetty through the window.
Well, that is so. Yeah. So now that what's her name is the champion. What is her name again?
What's her name?
What is her name? Bianca. That's right. So now that Bianca is the champion. So I guess, I mean, it is so obvious that Rhea is an obvious choice to finally, like challenge for a belt. So yeah, she's got to leave this tag team. She's got to leave the tag teams. And I see a breakup coming between Live for Brutality, and she's gonna.
I don't know if my heart can take it if these two break up.
It's huge. I never thought I'd see the day.
Dang.
Okay, so back from the commercial. Now,
just
I want to know what you guys think of this.
Just waiting for a few years when we get the question from Nikia. What are your favorite memories of Live for Brutality? It'll be hard to pick one.
I would have to say those
I'm still here, Jack.
From Liv Morgan.
We're flopping around like old man Vince.
I'll
taking a stunner. We're just doing the show like, oh.
Oh, well, yeah. What did you guys think of that? What did you guys think of that?
Did you listen to the goddamn show?
What?
We already went over all this.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I joined late. Okay, let's get back. Okay, let's get back to the Raw report. Kevin Owens comes out, and he's all upset, and he's cutting this promo about WrestleMania getting beaten up by Steve Austin. When he's joined by this geek comes out.
Oh my god!
Clean shaven, trunks. He kind of looks like one of those jobbers from WWE Superstars in the 1980s.
Actually, I was listening to Bryan Alvarez, and he says you'll never unsee it once I say it. And he said he looks like he could have been L.A. Knight's brother. But we need to inform
Eli
Jack
Drake.
who this is.
Oh, yeah.
Who is this that came out? I'm sorry.
Eli Drake.
Yeah, I know Eli Drake, but Eli Drake is
no, that's not who it was.
Named L.A. Knight.
What? No, who is this? Who came out on Raw?
Ezekiel.
Oh,
Elias.
Elias, another guy I was a huge fan of. I think he had all the potential, great look, tons of charisma, great promo.
Now he looks like a geek.
Now
they
he's just
saved
an
him and he
idiot.
looks like the
What?
prototype John Cena.
Why the hell are they doing this? Like,
They're
why
doing
are they
the
making
Abyss.
Elias?
I predict this goes nowhere, and he becomes just a joke, and then he probably gets like a.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He
goes.
looks
He
more like
becomes
a younger
24/7
Randy
geek.
Savage if you look at him without the beard.
Well, that was their problem, I think, to begin with. They
They
said he
looked
looks
too
like
much
Randy
like-
Savage, so they can't push him for whatever reason. That makes no sense whatsoever.
I don't understand that reasoning anyway. Like, what? We can't push this guy. Looks like Macho Man.
Patrick Howell, he says WWE stands for We Want Edge.
Hot damn.
No,
Walk with
No.
Edge, Incher.
nobody wants Edge.
Hey,
Take
speak for
Edge
yourself,
away.
dude.
I don't know about Butler. He's a huge Cody and Edge fan over here.
He's
House of
easy.
Edge over here.
Let's get
Oh,
on
my-
with.
House of
I
I
Black
know he's
Stars
your
dot com.
countryman and all, Stephen Butler, but you gotta admit he's shit nowadays.
He's loving Mop and Glow.
Oh man.
So they're doing so basically. This Ezekiel, Elias, whatever. At least he's
Cole
doing
was like
the-
Ezekiel, the black guy that used to be with.
Ezekiel
Thank
Johnson.
you.
Yeah.
When the big sign on the Titantron came up and it said Ezekiel, that's who I thought was coming out.
Is the big Zeke Jackson?
Yeah, Big Z.
So basically, this is that. Remember when Abyss was doing the Joseph Park thing?
Oh, brother.
Well, this
Is
is
this a big? Is
basically
this
what
a big
was.
thing that people really want to like recreate?
Well, they're recreating it. That's right.
We're recreating that with Ezekiel. He's going to be a lawyer. Is that what you're saying? I'm not sure who we're talking about here.
Well, that was a money gimmick. Like it's like, man, people racking their brains. Like this was something that was real huge. We should really do this again.
I was amazed that he made an appearance on Raw. It was the no crowd shows, but like Joseph Parks was on Raw.
I
Why?
saw
I
a
don't know.
I saw a Joseph Park lookalike at an Impact show in 2013. He even gave me a business card. It's funny.
Oh, awesome.
Would you cosplay as Joseph Parks, Incher?
Sure.
I think I'm tall enough.
Stellar Steven looks like Bronson Reed a little bit, I think, in the face. He's like a
Jonah.
Bronson. You're a Bronson Reed clone, I think. You could be his brother.
So
I don't know how to take it.
Who's Bron? Oh, Bronson. I see you. I don't know.
Raw report.
I've gotten Marty the Moth and Tommy Dreamer, but never Bronson Reed.
Maybe Bronson Reed on the blowaway diet.
Maybe they could do the blowaway diet. Stellar Steven could step in and be like, "Hey, here I am."
The-
after
the
the
glow
Where
blowaway
was
diet.
Where was Dana Brooke on WrestleMania?
oh yeah.
Speaking of blowing,
Getting
So they-
freaky with
So,
Reggie.
oh yeah, remember we were supposed to get this. Remember we were supposed to get this double wedding of
Yeah.
Dana Brooke and Reggie and Tozawa and Tamina.
Mhm, mhm.
So that wasn't on last night. So we're gonna have to wait for that.
What the hell, man? False advertisement.
They'll
Oh,
probably
see that?
be released by then. Before
I'm
that happens.
pissed.
And somebody else who should get released or at the very least go down to NXT is Dominic Mysterio. So Dominic takes on The Miz, and I'm pretty certain this is in under 2 minutes. The Miz gives him the skull crushing finale and beats the
Mhm.
crap out of him.
Good. Fuck Dominic Mysterio. I thought
I really
Dominic got
think-
squashed by Veer.
Well, that was
Well,
all.
Veer,
After
He
What, he
got
just gets
beat by
squashed
The
by
Miz.
multiple people on one show?
he got beat by the Miz, and then Veer just decided, well, I'm going to go beat the fuck out of this kid. So
Man, who did Dominic piss off?
He pissed Veer off something awful, especially because he went in after him like the
At
sheep.
Mania, Dominic was dressed as Cody's neck tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. He did have the same colors on there.
So yes, actually, that was the next thing. Is Veer finally, after more than 6 months, Veer makes his debut on Monday Night Raw by beating up Dominic. And
So
I
was
guess-
this a match, or he just came out and beat him up?
He just came out and
beat
beat
him
him up.
Yeah.
This is probably all we're going to see of Veer.
Was he impressive?
He beat him up. I mean, it's Dominic Mysterio. I mean, the Miz
Fuck
just
that
beat
guy.
him. Yeah, Miz beat him in like 2 seconds. So
But I mean, I'm not saying like it was like a big feat, but was like a Veer. Like, does he have presence? Does he come off like a star?
he's pretty much just Veer.
pretty much, yeah.
He's the Veer that you knew from before.
Uh-huh.
Prince Via Ali, yes,
Could be
it is 80, but I don't think this is gonna be enough weeks we're gonna see of him because this will be pretty soon we'll see the release of him.
Yeah, I kind of just looked at him and said,
Could be the
well,
new
this
head
is
of the
like-
table.
This is like Veer, but he has trouble with directions or something. He can't make it to the building for like 6 months.
That could be his gimmick. It's just, you know,
Hmm He finally
get
made it
Google
to Raw.
Maps.
Maybe he just like went directly to the building that Raw was going to be in that night. He's like, I will be here this night. But like, if he has to consistently make shows, he can't find his way around. So
He'll show
Andrew
up
says
at
Veer
NXT.
fights like Brock.
like maybe he could go to like
I could take the guy, I think.
the Dunkin' Donuts and Veer's there, and he's like, I'm making my way to Raw, and you're like, but Raw's like 3 states away, and he's like, yeah, it's only an hour away
Beer.
from Showtime.
Boom. What's with the face paint? It's weird.
He likes painting his face.
Needs work. All right. WrestleMania Road to Raw report or whatever the hell is that.
It's a Hindu thing.
Post WrestleMania.
Post
Okay,
WrestleMania.
so by the way, yeah, this is the Raw after WrestleMania, and it seems like it's just
Uh-oh.
another show.
Goosey's about ready to punt into Pat McAfee.
Ike.
Is that an XFL football?
No.
I wonder if it killed
I should put
Vince
some
that
XFL stuff up here. What?
I wonder if it killed Vince that he had like a Dallas Cowboys football instead of like an XFL football.
Probably.
That ate him up inside.
Yeah. It's like you need a Memphis Maniacs ball.
Hmm
Calvary Hitman.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have a big Memphis Maniac back tattoo.
That's nice.
That
show it?
would be a good neck tattoo. All right, Raw report.
So Bianca Belair comes out. I guess, you know, she's the new champion. She cuts her promo celebrating her win, but I still just can't stand hearing her. She just comes, I don't know. I mean, this is just me, I guess.
She had a black eye though. She revealed that after like taking her glasses off.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about this, Jack? If like right here, I just got Raw report tattooed on my neck. You think that would be good?
I like it.
Yeah.
I thought we were all going to get matching in your head neck tattoos, though.
Well, but the Raw report's so good.
Yeah.
I got to get that first. Maybe I could get like in little letters as heard on in your head. Raw report.
Dominic was just like Eddie in our bar. That's what we're going for.
I know. Just a joke, dude. All right, Raw report.
So whatever you guys think, if you want to cheer for this woman, go right ahead. Me, I just can't stand her. So
Who?
Bianca Belair.
Oh.
Bianca
Well, she's a
Belair.
great wrestler. I don't like the character. But.
Yeah, I don't like her either.
Yeah.
So
Well,
next
I think the
up-
beginning of her career when she was a heel, of course. I know you're.
Yeah, well, the
the same
character
way.
comes off like a heel. That's why I don't really understand it. But
Yeah.
I wasn't too big on the promo skill. That's going down maybe the last couple of months.
So the next up on Monday Night Raw, we get an NXT Championship match. So see if you can understand this. On the NXT Stand and Deliver show, the champion Dolph Ziggler retains the title over Braun Breaker. And then do we get a rematch on the NXT television show? No, we get one on Monday Night Raw. And not only do we get an NXT championship match on Monday Night Raw, but Braun actually wins the belt.
Because Vince wants to have it on the show that he feels like everybody watches.
Yes. The post-Mania Raw.
Yeah.
There's probably more eyes on the post-Mania Raw, so the product is getting that shine.
Absolutely.
This was my first Braun Breaker match. I've never seen Braun Breaker wrestle before, so
what did you think of Braun Breaker?
I enjoyed it. He seems like a good talent. I'm looking forward to seeing more of this guy if he ever gets off of NXT.
It was on at 8:00 Central Time too, which was the tip-off of the national championship basketball game. And this match screams of, hey, don't watch basketball, watch wrestling for 25 minutes.
And Braun Breaker defended his NXT championship on NXT 2.0 against Gunther. Gunner or Gunther, whatever.
Gunther.
Yeah, there you go.
Gunther, save some for later.
Raw report.
So this was a good match. Breaker just gives him his finishing move where he just gorilla presses him and then drops him and pins him. And so I don't know whether Dolph Ziggler is staying on NXT or whether he and Bobby Roode are coming back to Monday Night Raw or what, but Braun Breaker is once again your NXT champion.
Cool.
So next,
I refuse
thought
to
this
watch
was
it.
going to happen actually at WrestleMania. But
I like Braun Breaker. I've only seen a
instead.
handful of things on YouTube, but go on.
So this actually happened on Raw, on the Raw after WrestleMania instead of WrestleMania. Bobby Lashley comes out and he's there with MVP. And just when he start talking, here comes Omos. And so just when Omos and MVP and Omos and Bobby Lashley are like face to face, that's when MVP does the big betrayal, and he jumps Bobby Lashley and proceeds to, I think he gave him what do they call that
the playmaker?
Does
is it the playmaker or what was he do?
MVP has a kick that he does right to someone's face, and I know there's a name for it, and I can't remember the name of it. Playmaker, was it called no, that's not it.
That's what I said, but the playmaker is kind of like the famouser though. But like
I think he calls it the kick in the face.
Well, it was just a kick in the face. We'll just call it a kick in the face.
The big kick in the face.
Yeah.
Take
so
kick in the face.
So basically now Bobby Lashley is a full-fledged baby face, and MVP is now, I guess, the mouthpiece and the manager of Omos.
Thank God.
Maybe they can make Omos and put the Hurt Business, like reform them with that group.
Omos and Cedric, the sports entertainer, and
giving it too much thought.
I'm thinking.
Jamie Forsythe says the mafia kick. I don't think that's what
that was
back in the day. It's
Aku or whatever his name was.
Main Event Mafia. I seen that thing that said every member of the Main Event Mafia is in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Boom! That was your ticket to stardom if you were in the Main Event Mafia.
Main Event Mafia.
I remember Lexar is a big Main Event Mafia mark.
I can see that.
Yeah, Kevin Nash, Sting, Scott Steiner, Kurt Angle.
You ever have you ever any run-ins with the mafia?
No, but I do know a person who used to be in the Crips gang.
Really? A relative?
No, but just a good friend. But he like left because he got like a family starting, so he went to.
I don't know if they just do they let you just leave?
Yeah, he spoke to the OG and told him that
Conan?
OG original gangster
Mm.
of the group. So he told him that he wants to leave it, and he said, "Fine, leave."
Man, well, I was to go to New Jack.
He must
Yeah,
have
so-
annoyed the shit out of them. They're just like, fine, leave.
Man,
They're like glad he left.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of
so-
like when a job makes stuff hard on you just because they want to get rid of you, but they ain't got no reason to get rid of you. They're just.
I grew up the hard way in the gang lifestyle here in the Cape,
Mm-hmm.
hanging and banging,
Tell us about it, bro.
the
in the
mafia.
streets of Sandwich, run-ins with badasses down in Hyannisport.
Mm-hmm.
The Irish mafia.
There's a lot of Irish here. All righty. Stephen Butler, report.
Okay, before I move on to the next segment, following up on Bobby Lashley and Omos, once Bobby Lashley gets past Omos, this feud with Omos, with like what I was saying earlier about Roman needing new opponents. Bobby is one of them. I think somewhere down the road, there should be a Bobby Lashley Roman Reigns feud somewhere.
Bobby Lashley.
Next, we were supposed to get, I think we were supposed to get Live for Brutality. I guess, is it next week? They're gonna have a rematch.
Mm-hmm.
One
She
more
said
shot
that they
at the
got.
belts.
Yeah, she said they got her another shot. So that's probably
So
when
I
the
think
turn's gonna happen.
That's when the breakup is probably gonna happen.
Everybody's heart's gonna be broken.
Speaking of breakups, Carmella and Queen Zelina are out. And I think they were supposed to fight Natty and Shayna, but then they finally got sick of each other and started fighting each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's one tag team that's breaking up.
Oh God.
Well, they got
In
Corey
case
Graves.
anybody's
Watch
all
Then
heartbroken
Corey
over it.
Graves and Carmella started making out and made
Yeah.
Oh yes, that
Finally,
probably
you
was
know.
the highlight of this whole segment was the tonsil hockey between Corey Graves and Carmella. Like,
It
Oh,
made
good
me
God.
violently ill.
Lexar, this is the kind of stuff you don't approve of.
Yeah.
lots of tongue. Oh yeah, okay, lots of
This
tongue.
one,
You're like the modern day right to censor.
yeah, in a way. This one time I had to sit next to this couple who did the same thing, that tonsil hockey at a show one time.
Man.
It just like made me sick to my stomach. Wow.
I was at a movie one time, an outdoor movie, and a woman would start blowing her boyfriend in front of us. What would you have done to that?
That was little rocks at the
What shake go down on you in the because
This was outside.
Would you touch yourself in excitement?
Annabelle did throw stuff at him. Not rocks.
Well, why don't you just come back them and just like you make out with Annabelle?
But then you disapprove of all this, Lexar.
I wasn't there.
You
It
throw
wasn't-
gasoline on the whole place and light it all up on fire.
Well,
Could
that's a
you
good
imagine
idea.
Lexar just tapping you on the back and he just goes,
Oh no, like the
his favorite wrestler Kane.
All right.
Kane.
Andrew says some mafia lady tried kidnapping me when I was a kid, and I'm not joking either.
What? Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Boom. Patrick Howes wants to know what tonsil hockey is. It's a pastime up in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next
Ah.
week, Okay, next we get a 6-man tag team match. I guess the brand split is still sort of on hold because the Usos from SmackDown were here. They teamed up with Austin Theory to take on RK Bro and Finn Balor. And Austin Theory hits his finishing move. I think it was on Finn and got the win. So here's another feud that should
Finn
come to an
Balor's a
end.
bum. He just
I'm sick and
loses.
tired of seeing Austin Theory and Finn Balor fighting each other in match after match every single week. So next up is Evil Edge comes out, and he's got Damian Priest with him, and they're all dressed
House
in
of
black.
Black on Wish.com.
So
Didn't the crowd start chanting at him? We don't care, and like Damian Priest's like response was, "In the past, that would have bothered me, but now it doesn't even bother me." And it's like they're like a very loud chant of "We don't care," which was exactly how I was feeling at that time.
The chant "We are losers" too.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
Because Edge told them that they're losers. So
Patrick Howitzer, do they play hockey with their tonsils?
I'm the Wayne
Yeah,
Gretzky
like as
of
the hockey, as
tonsil
like
hockey.
the as the hockey sticks. It's
I'm the
it
Wayne
takes a lot of
Gretzky.
skill.
All right, Patrick. Right here, this finger is a tonsil, and this finger is a tongue. Then it comes in and goes.
Whoa, whoa! None of this,
Hockey.
none of this
Tonsil
dirty
hockey.
talk here on the show. The hell you think this is?
get kicked off YouTube.
Lexar is gonna be
So up next,
Lexar is highly disappointed.
I'm sorry,
I don't
Lexar.
approve this censure.
I'm sorry.
so for two times in a row, we get an example of stupid babyface in AJ Styles. First, he lets himself get
First, he thinks the
distracted.
world's flat.
First, he lets himself get
The
distracted.
world's
by-
flat. I know.
He lets
So-
himself get what?
First, he lets himself get distracted by Damian Priest long enough for Edge to spear him in midair and beat him at WrestleMania. And second, on Raw, he comes out by himself up against Edge and Damian Priest
The moon's flat.
and proceeds to almost get concertoed for a second time. Fortunately, I guess the officials and the referees from the back come and save him. But it just shows over and over again just how dumb a babyface AJ Styles is. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
and actually, Steve, let me ask you a question. I think I saw an update that won't be too bad, but if the breakup does happen, do you think they're gonna form Rhea Ripley with both of them?
That what do you mean with Edge and Damian Priest?
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be a faction or anything. I saw an interesting update about that. If
Yeah,
they're
that's
not
what
gonna have,
I heard that too, that Edge was going to be some sort of new leader of a new faction, that he was going to go around and
We talked
recruit
about all
people.
this earlier.
I don't know if
Dance
it's,
Lords,
The boring faction.
House of Edge.
yeah, I mean a reaction like they're getting, like Damian Priest and Edge got on last night, doesn't help. Especially if you're trying to be a dark evil,
Did they do more than just look at each other and laugh last night?
Well, the fans probably could laugh at them, but
Yeah, a little bit more.
Yeah.
They talked. And
I don't know.
bored me.
That again, you'd have to go all in on something like that. If you'd have to turn Rhea just dark and evil. And I don't know.
Well, she's kind of dark character anyway, so I could see it.
Yeah,
She's
But like
not
I
as
said-
weathered as them, as Edge, and I know they said Tommaso Ciampa might be in there.
Well, you remember what Vince said? He wants her to keep smiling. So how is this even gonna possibly even work?
well, he
wants
said they
everyone
told
to
that to
smile.
Rocky Maivia, and look how that turned out. Keep
Imagine if you would have told that to Austin. It's like, yeah, you got all this middle fingers and stuff, but the fans really just want you to smile. Would have been the shit. Lexar, do you like smiling?
Not that much.
Fuck the smiling. All right, Raw report.
Tornado tag team match. The Alpha Academy taking on the Street Profits. Excuse me. Starting out.
Alpha Academy versus Street Profits.
Yes. So we get a lot of brawling.
Oh yeah, this is the Gable Stevenson match. I think, wasn't it? Go ahead, Steven. I'm sorry. Let's find out.
So yeah, they do a lot of brawling. Was it Montez Ford gets the win on Chad Gable, splash on the table, and they win the match. And was this the or was that WrestleMania when he came out?
Maybe it was WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was at WrestleMania where he came out.
Wrestling.
And you weren't impressed by his physique. I wasn't either. But and then actually the main event segment of Monday Night Raw was nothing. It was
Roman Reigns coming out
and just basically saying tune into SmackDown.
Yeah, jeez.
That's
tune into SmackDown.
The promo was tune into SmackDown. I'll have an announcement on SmackDown. It's like
I know what you're thinking. Am I injured?
But
it could have been.
Golgo wants to know that lady on NXT who held up the sign, face fuck me, Finn. Is that just a more extreme version of tonsil hockey?
What?
Just throwing it out there. But anyway, Raw report.
So yeah, I mean, he that's about all he said, and then that was the end of Monday Night Raw.
Whoa, that was
good. That's all he did was just tune
end.
in, and that was it. And I was kind of what?
And to acknowledge him.
Now, Incher, you were loving last week's Raw. You were, throwing babies in the air. You're shooting your rifle through the window. You were painting yourself red. What did you think about this week? You still have the Raw high? You still like?
I would give Raw a thumbs up, I guess.
Really?
Just not a huge thumbs up.
Kind of, yeah. Not really much. It was
Maybe
like I said, it was shocking just how a Raw after WrestleMania this was.
You would have
thumbs not
expected
fully
more,
erect.
because normally it is a lot better.
Yeah.
Raw after WrestleMania. I mean, we
got
did get
Veers
Veer.
here. We got
Veer.
Cody pretending to cry.
Yeah, Cody trying to do the crocodile tears bit there. He didn't try. He did do the crocodile tears.
We got the breakup of Mop and Glow. And
Well, that hasn't happened yet.
Live to Die. And
That's a
Live to
PDA.
die.
Queen Latifah.
Well, believe me, Jack. Even though you got the breakup of Carmella and Queen Zelina, and eventually the breakup of Live for Brutality, they're going to manufacture more tag teams.
They
You
kind
can't
of like.
just, I mean, you can do this, but if you just build team, you don't even build them. You just throw people together, and then they split up in 2 weeks. This is not good storytelling.
And Zelina said that Corey's a very handsome man. So are they going to try to do something with Zelina and Corey, where he's cheating on Carmella?
They should do one of those. They should do a wedding skit where
you got to be careful. If he might really be into that.
And Aleister Black.
I think that's a trade up.
And speaking of tag teams, by the way, Steven, did you actually catch earlier? I didn't watch, but did you see what happened once again to Dakota Kai?
Dakota
on NXT?
She won the belt with Raquel Gonzalez before
Yes.
WrestleMania, and again it got dropped the next show, just like it did on one night.
I was actually watching NXT and waiting for Isla in Your Head to start. And I think it was right in the middle. I was catching up because I started late, so I was actually way behind.
Yeah.
But I was watching that match, and I mean, it was one of those things where you get this, was it like just over a 48-hour title reign, or a 36 hour, like 36 hour, like it wasn't very long, it was just a few days, and they just put the belts back on Toxic Attraction.
Truer words were never spoken here, right in the chat. Tyler S., #1 show on the net. Man. Thank you, Tyler.
You're come in your head like bat out of hell. All right. So, thank you, Stephen Butler. Robert Paul. I was surprised we didn't see anybody get slapped on WrestleMania.
Oh, you mean
they definitely
like
do a
because
Will
of the
Smith
Will
thing.
Smith thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't spoofed that very hard. You would figure that would be right up their alley to spoof that.
Yeah.
one.
They probably do it in a couple of years after people forget
Well,
about
they
it.
spoofed it on Raw without doing the slap. They had Corey Graves and Michael Paul in commentary.
Yeah, I heard Corey Graves mention it, but like they didn't really do a whole lot of things with it.
It'd be better if Will Smith just laughed in Chris Rock's face.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think he should go up and hit people. All right. So
He should have just super kicked his ass. That would have showed him what was up. He
it
super
would have been
kicked
pretty
him.
funny.
He'd be like, bam. And then he posed for everybody. They'd be like, yeah.
To the young
See that
buck
Kevin
pose.
Owens post?
Mm-hmm.
And then he joined the Hurt Business.
Then he
Honest.
could take up his wrestling career. Might as well. I think his movie career is over with. So
Yeah, they said a lot of stuff he had on the works is on hold or out the
Gone.
window at the moment. Yep. I mean, Mel Gibson. Well, I say Mel Gibson's making movies again, but it's not like he's making like a lot of top name stuff. So,
no.
Rutherford P.S. Hayes, on a scale to we're another questions on. So many questions. On a scale of erect to dripping moist, where do you fall on the Cody return? What shouldn't there be like a? That's not like a
there's
great
gotta be
scale.
another
Either your
option,
dick's really hard or you're like oozing, pre-cum. Like it should start like totally flaccid. I'm putting too much thought into this. Christian wants to know, WWE producer Pat Buck has quit the company after WrestleMania because of family. Your thoughts?
What the fuck's up with his family? Why is he making him quit?
I say he's gonna man up.
I mean, that's
Fuck
how
my
he makes his
family,
money.
gonna give it all to the wrestling.
He ain't gonna make that kind of money working at the KFC. I mean, what the hell? Why are they making him quit?
All kidding aside, I don't know what the hell is going on. I hope his family's all right. I don't hate families like Intro over here.
Why are they making him quit? He needs to make money in the WWE.
Maybe they're like he could do better.
Where is he going to do better?
I don't know. Maybe
Where?
it's like
It's impossible.
Doing cryptocurrency.
Impossible.
Got my job as a barista.
Well, Tony Schiavone did say it. It was a pretty good job. So.
Cody Rhodes said that he was immature to become a VIP, or I think a EVP.
Cody Rhodes needs a good kick in the ass is what he needs.
I agree. He's gonna stop kissing the ass and start kicking the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Lambert also gave Cody his Worldwide Wrestling Federation Championship belt for free. Well, I hate Dan Lambert, so he could take Dan Lambert with. Meltzer said that the Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville match was too much comedy. It wasn't taken seriously. Do you agree? Well, yes, and I mean
Yeah,
it's odd, but
kind of figured
you couldn't have that as a serious match. I mean,
I don't think
that would
Johnny
be the total
Knoxville's
shit. Like
He's
they
gonna
go up
come
there
out,
and
put
try
on
to
a
have
clinic.
this classic catch as catch can like wrestling match.
You know, I was amazed that match was you know better than Macho Man and
Look,
and
I
Ricky
I
Steamboat.
admit it's not for me. I can't say I enjoyed it, but they did what they had to do with that match. I mean, come on.
Yeah. It was just a comedy thing. I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed it.
The Superstore access for this year's WrestleMania is fans spending $10 for entry, but has to spend more money on attractions such as the Undertaker's Graveyard, Alexa Playground, Create a Superstar's Entrance, and others. Is this fair or foul? I think you should get. I never like these kind of things. I've been to conventions like this, and I think you should get I understand for $10 you shouldn't just get everything, but there should be some stuff you get for your entry.
Yeah, for sure.
Or they should charge more and then you get all this stuff.
Because like otherwise, it's just like you're paying to get.
You're paying just to
mall.
walk in. Yeah,
you just walk in and just look at stuff. That's kind of shitty.
There was reportedly 2 or 3 fights erupting in the stadium during WrestleMania night. Night 1. Can Nikhil Callahan confirm, or was Nikhil part of these rumbles? Man, I heard he was coming defending the honor of In Your Head. Someone in the crowd was like, "Man, I'll surround him in the fans #1." He's like, "What the fuck?" And he just started beating the shit out of him. He can confirm during the Ronda Charlotte match there was a brawl.
Mm-hmm.
Man, could you imagine fighting over that match?
It's like, what'd you say about Charlotte Flair? I'm gonna knock your block off, buddy.
Andrew says, I won't lie. I went from 6 to midnight when Cody came out. So that means his dong was like this, incher, and then boom, bang.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
So okay, incher. So let's say this Wolfman is your penis, and he's just kind of flopping in the wind. So that would be like pointing at the 6 on a clock. He's just
mine's not that hairy.
Well, I mean, you use the what? You're using Manscaped. Then Cody comes out. Wolfman's got nards.
Werewolves of London.
He broke his arm, sadly.
Oh, poor Wolfman.
You get it now?
Yeah, I think I got it.
I don't know about Patrick Howe. He may not. Let's see. That's just straight up though, like up in the air, like pointing at your face. Not even just out. It's like. Let's see here. Next year, WrestleMania is going to be 2 nights again. Do you like it that way?
No.
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 A lot of stuff.
I will say this was the best 2-night one, but it's still like it's just, especially if you don't have the Austins. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the 2 nights. It's too much, especially if I was going to watch the Hall of Fame, and it's just a lot of stuff to watch. Even if it's good, it's just a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
Is there such a thing as a WrestleMania hangover? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think we're living on one right now.
Did Jack cream or pee when he saw Cody? I didn't do either. Nothing came out of my penis when I saw Cody. I didn't, ejaculate or urinate.
Can you make sure that you had like
that's a new game, ejaculation or urination. What?
Yeah. Do you have like some type of napkins just in case?
Just in case I get really excited. Now the ejaculation, I assume, is if I'm really into it. I was like, and I'm just jizzing all over the place. But what would the urination be? I'm just pissed. I guess
Just
literally
so
pissed. I just
angry.
take my dick out and start
Yeah,
pissing all
you
over my
just
television.
piss all over.
Yeah, if you get like really angry and frustrated and upset, you'll probably like
Man,
pee all over the place.
damn. I remember doing that a couple with Incher when we were playing Uno, and he kept getting those wild draw fours. Like, what the fuck? And I just whipped it out and started pissing all over him.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah,
What the hell? We're just playing a game of Uno.
and Rock Riddle's like, what are you doing, pal?
In Disco, he's like, damn, pal, what the hell?
We got money on the
I
table
got
here.
this money on this game of Uno.
A penny a point.
Mhm.
We used to play everything we played for money when I was a kid, penny a point, with my family. I was raised to be a gambler, apparently. Owl, does Intra like Nia Jax's chubby? Nia Jax asked if anyone likes her chubby in a sizzling video drop.
Yeah, I heard she's doing an OnlyFans or something like that. And
So does
asked
she
that
have a
question.
penis? Isn't that what a chubby means? Like a
Yeah.
chubby is
I don't
not
know
like
if
a
she knew.
fully erect penis. It's just like you're starting,
like,
you're getting a little
she's
life
getting
there.
There's a little movement.
Yeah. So does she have a wang?
I don't know.
Maybe she doesn't know what the term means.
But I don't think she does know what it means. She should have looked that one up before she said it.
Lexar. I don't know. Maybe she's, entering swimming competition though. Lexar, Ric Flair is spotted at a local Dallas, Texas dance club with, by the way, this is my idea for Cody. He wants the world title. This would be very topical. He comes out, because I don't foresee him beating Roman Reigns. Comes out, says, I identify as a woman, and I'm going after the Charlotte, who you got the family history, Rhodes and the Flairs. It would be topical.
Yeah.
Boom.
I like it.
Yeah. Get
Boy,
people talking.
Cody
Probably
would
be like
better.
on like TMZ and
What's Cody's female name?
Codette.
Codette.
Like a sex change operation.
Nah, I just say I just see this side thinks he's a woman. Let's see here.
Non-binary name.
Codette. Cody, I think Cody could almost go either way. The name. I don't know. Ric Flair this is Alexa. Ric Flair spotted at a local Dallas, Texas dance club with dozens of females. Are you surprised? Nope. Woo! Woo! Lexar, how many bathroom breaks did you take during WrestleMania weekend? I don't know. I don't really keep track.
Sure, I took a bunch. But like
Lots of breaks. Go to the kitchen and get a piece of
Do you
pizza.
ever think of just like if you're going to watch a 2-hour, like a 6-hour adventure, just either take the TV into the bathroom and just watch it on the toilet,
it'd be nice.
or just install a toilet like right in the living room?
You can watch your phone.
You just sit there. Fuck what you. No, I do not approve of watching anything really on your phone, especially a 6-hour event. No,
You could do it.
David Lynch.
watch it on the big screen or don't watch it. You don't. No, I do not condone watching movies or events on your phone. You can't enjoy watching a fucking thing for 4 hours like this.
That's why you need one of these things with the neck.
No, it's too small. Too small. You don't watch a little screen this
small.
big for 4 hours.
but-
No.
What?
You watch. No.
You have 4 hour shits.
No, I'm not talking about the shit. You could shit all. I'm saying you sit on the toilet. I'm not saying shit the whole time, but then you don't miss anything. If something comes up, boom, you just let it go. You're sitting on the toilet anyway.
Your
You
leg
could
might
just
fall
get a
asleep though.
bedpan though, you know. Just sit
Yeah,
on the
but no,
bed.
then you got to get it out and clean it. I'm just saying. So you're sitting on. You got like maybe a reclining toilet. Maybe this could be a new thing. It's like a lazy man It's got a whole, and so you take off your pants, you sit on the recliner, you sit down, put your feet up, you're all comfortable, your ass is out, but you got the whole, and you're watching this, you're like, oh man, I really got to poop. I don't want to miss the end of this, Rhea Ripley match. And you just go, and then you just keep, you don't got to do nothing. You don't have to leave. You can sit there. Maybe you can get like an ice box over here so you can get drinks, cold drinks.
Yeah.
Just do your business right in the recliner. I'm gonna look into making this a reality.
You might make a lot of money off of this.
Yeah, reclining toilet.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tyler Stevens, how many people has Lexard?
Only a few, only a handful, including strippers.
You think it up in your game? Did COVID take a real hit on Lexar?
Got it.
On tonsil hockey.
You got to bring your hand sanitizers. Drop it all over your pants. I noticed at the store, you could buy giant vats of hand sanitizer now for 19 cents. Everybody's like, "Fuck this shit."
That's why you gotta get one of these deals. You get a little spray bottle like this.
Yeah, and just fill it up.
Just fill it up. That's what I got here. Spray bottle.
What do you got it filled up with? Liquid heroin?
Liquid heroin? No, it's hand
PCP.
Time for me to tap out, folks. It's past midnight.
Steven.
All right. Good night, Steven. You're a good man.
You gotta report Raw though.
Good night, Steven. It's good to see you,
everyone. See you next time.
Nighty night.
Yeah.
Tyler Stevens, will you burn a box of Peeps marshmallows if Christian goes back to WWE and outworks everyone? Fuck that guy.
Peeps.
He probably would get a big Cody reaction just because he'd come back.
Peeps is always too sweet for me.
My mom's a big fan of the Peeps.
I can eat one, but if you eat two, you're like, yeah, I don't need them.
I'm so sweet sugar. As it is, I don't need it. I'm like a human peep. Scott Norton is returning to New Japan Pro Wrestling to team up with Bullet Club against the United Empire. That's from Stellar Steven.
Awesome.
I thought Scott Norton retired.
Yeah, he's getting up. I like Scott Norton.
I've always been a big fan of his.
Scott Flash Norton on the show twice.
Tyler S. here in the chat room. He says Incher isn't Teddy Hart, but that's where he's wrong. I am Teddy Hart.
Whoa! What if Incher ripped his face off and he's Teddy Hart? You kind of look like Teddy Hart.
So it's just.
I know for years people kept thinking he was going to be a big star. It's kind of sad. He never really. There's lots of places he's still not an old guy. He could be places.
I think he's in the Slammer, ain't he?
Oh, maybe.
Last place he was working was MLW, but I don't know. He might be a free agent.
I think he's in the Slammer.
In the big house. Man. Yeah. Who here's done time in jail? Lexar, you ever been in jail?
Just once.
Whoa. Damn. How many years? 10 years?
No, it's not years. It's just only about 3 or 4 hours. I had to go to the hotel.
Damn.
And only had to do counseling.
Oh,
that was when they
you didn't become anyone's bitch or anything, did you? You didn't make anyone else your bitch, did you? Did you run the whole place?
No, but I had a good story.
Did you break out? Is that why you're only in there 3 hours?
No, this one inmate, on the cell next to me, he was like we were talking about a bit, but then these like female inmates came in on the other side, and she starts yelling at the guy, telling him to shut up and everything, and like he tells this other girl to shut the fuck up, hoes, and I try to tell him lines and everything.
Damn.
It was fun. That was the most fun time I had in jail.
prison. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jail, not prison. I hear
Yeah.
prison is like more different than jail.
Yeah,
Because
prison, you're
jail
getting
is like-
butt raped and stuff, joining the gangs,
Mhm.
Jack,
doing time in the hole.
I've never been to prison, but
Fuck Zoom off.
one time in the 3rd grade,
Whoa.
I had to go to timeout for not doing all my
Holy
homework.
shit.
Oh.
That's
I bet that hardened you.
That's worse than jail.
Dude, timeout.
Hot damn. Steven kind of
You
looks like
know
a
that
criminal. I
about
bet
me,
he
did
was
you?
in jail for a while.
Ain't you that you had to sit in a corner?
There was a special room for timeout. You had to stay there.
Damn. Did you make a shank? Have a number 2
It
pencil?
didn't have to come to that, but maybe one day if I spent more time in timeout. But I'm reformed though now. You know, I did a lot of things that I didn't like not doing my homework.
Whoa!
But I'm reformed now.
You've been doing your homework now.
I do my homework. I
That's
do
a
it.
good
Number 2 pencil. Just do that homework.
Hot damn.
Ain't you did
Have
lots
you
of
ever seen
convincing
like
to
a
the
number
judge.
1 or 3 pencil? Aren't they all number? What was that like? So
Ain't you did lots of convincing to the judge.
Mm-hmm. It's like, please, I'm reformed. I'm sorry. I'll do my homework. No, I do it. Yeah, I never
Patrick
seen.
Howell's never been in prison, he says.
Bullshit.
Lexar's calling bullshit on Patrick.
Yeah, I bet he's in the big seats in the slammer. Let's see here. I bet Golgo seems pretty hard. I bet he was in jail for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Vic,
that the legend Jimmy Jam is
ask Vic if he's ever been in jail.
Vic, you ever been
jail,
in the big house? In prison?
No. Did you not do your homework when you're in school?
Mitten did
Had to
some
go to
time.
timeout?
Mitten was in jail for a while.
I did my homework.
I'm the only one who didn't do their homework and had to go to timeout. Jeez.
Straight and narrow for me. Except for, gang life.
Mhm.
But never let it interfere with my schoolwork. Now that
Like, we gotta go roll this store, and you're like, wait a minute, I got some homework.
I do my algebra first. Now that the legend Jimmy Jam has passed, rest in peace, what Headyverse member watches the most wrestling and has the most wives? I think Lexar probably watches the most wrestling.
It's
Try to
Lexar or
keep up.
Steven. I think Steven watches.
Steven watches a lot too. Yeah, he's
Song
watching
Man
all.
watches a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Do you watch about every show that's on Song Man? Do you watch Raw, SmackDown,
He's watching Shimmer.
NXT?
Yeah, I don't do NXT anymore, though.
Oh,
you
good
don't
man.
do
Impact.
NXT, okay.
Not even Impact.
Man.
Like,
Lexar, he's watching 205 Live and Main Event.
205 Live isn't a thing anymore. Now it's NXT Level Up.
What?
What?
NXT level up.
The
That's
fuck
a new
is that
one to
shit?
me. I didn't even know about it.
You watching that shit too, Lexar? I don't think I'm just saying I don't think anyone's taking Jimmy James' spot.
Nobody can
impossible.
take Jimmy Jam's spot.
I agree.
I don't
Rest
think-
in peace. Jonathan Jackson. Now that Cody buried the hatchet with Triple H, is it time for Jack to do the same with Wacko Bob? Fuck the Wacko. Yeah, bring on Wacko Bob. Zoom in. Bury the hatchet in your face. No, yeah, I'll bury the hatchet.
This
I don't
can't
think
go
I ever
well,
really had a
Jack.
problem with him. I think it
It's-
was him that had a
It,
problem with
it
us.
can't go well. It can't go well. It'll just be
My
bad.
my big this is I'm the most honest man in all podcasts. This is the honest truth. My biggest problem with Wacko Bob was that he never went totally insane when he'd call in.
Yeah. He'd gotta be well spoken when he called in.
He'd be like,
And-
everybody's favorite Wacko. And then he'd just be like, so what did you think? I wanted him to be that crazy lunatic he was on the board. I think only one time I ever really heard him go crazy was when he challenged me on the dark match. And he was like, I'm challenging you, Neil Jones. That was the only glimpse we saw into the real madness of Bob.
yeah.
I don't know what he's doing. I assume he's still alive. I don't know.
He's kind of faker like Cody Rhodes. Like he gives us the good stuff, but then when he's actually on, he's just soft and
But yeah,
That's
I don't
no good.
hold grudges. I'll forgive and forget.
Mhm.
And well, inch bury the hatchet with Aoub.
Let's go.
Never.
Do it.
It has to be mutual.
That's
It'll
right.
never be mutual because he refuses. I've extended the olive branch before.
Can I
now,
get some context?
and it's never happened. Context to the owl and myself. It's just
Yeah.
that it's
been
just
going
that
on for
like he
years.
relentlessly trolls me at all times, anytime possible. Just anything that I do. Except it was good seeing that he thought my April Fool's joke was a real thing. So there's no denying that, Owl. Just come clean. You know that you thought it was real and you didn't think it was funny and you're posting it for everybody to read. You thought it was real. April Fool's, Mark.
Has
Jonathan-
Elul ever done a face reveal?
No.
No, he used to call into the audio show. Not too often, but a couple times.
I know what he looks like though.
Whoa.
I know what he looks
Hey, some FaceTime. Incher found his grinder.
like. And then we were grinding.
Jonathan Jackson, does wrestling have more than one royal family? Yeah.
I think since he went back, it's just
The
one royal
Hearts.
family.
Yeah, you got the Hearts, you got the Maiavillas,
Von Erichs.
Well, I wasn't thinking about all
the
that.
Ganyas,
That's true.
Samoan Dynasty.
the Andersons.
Mm-hmm. The monkeys.
There you go.
The Steiners.
Jonathan Jackson, now that beer finally came, was it enough to shampoo a buffalo? Do you
Shampoo
that?
a horse, isn't it?
Doesn't seem like that would be a good thing. Do you think that's a good way to clean something?
No,
Just jizzing all over it?
I think it's quite the opposite, isn't
Yeah. I want to shampoo Incher's head.
it? Well, everybody's known that for a long time. Good Lord. You cut this
How much
sexual
money
tension
do you think
life.
we'd make on OnlyFans if we put up a video of me shampooing Incher's head?
Oh,
I'm thinking at least $7.
one person will buy it and then leave it to everybody.
Wouldn't that be lame? Wouldn't that just make you like we do this really like this act that we feel like bad for the rest of our lives and we made $7?
I'd be like, this is the times when I'm glad that I have a gun so I can take myself out of this world.
We're like, well, we got to cash in Incher. That's the way we're gonna do it. We get $6.99, and then they take like a 40% fee.
Oh God, yeah.
Let's see. Was Bad Bunny's WrestleMania match better than Logan Paul's and Johnny Knoxville's?
I
I'm
guess
gonna have to say I
yeah.
think so. Yeah.
Bad Bunny did do a lot of wrestling moves.
Lexar is not having it.
Lexar's. What are you, a Logan Paul fan?
I answered no.
Who do you think was the best of those three? Johnny Knoxville, Paul Logan, and Bad Bunny.
Johnny Knoxville.
Really?
Yep.
For entertainment value.
I did enjoy the Johnny Knoxville, so I'm probably with Lexar.
Hey.
Thumbs up. More thumbs up than you had.
I got 2 thumbs, 2 fingers.
Finger.
I mean, he looked good because the whole match was like
Up way.
Good night,
a
sleepyhead
sketch out of
bitch.
Jackass.
Jonathan Jackson, did you watch Effie's Big Gay Brunch? No.
No.
Nope.
Not because he's gay, but I always heard about this guy and I saw him in that GCW show. And I'm not impressed by this man at all.
I haven't even heard about his Big
Good
Gay
entrance music.
Robbie Scar wants to know MLW rules. It's a hell of a question.
Bam.
Nikhil Callahan time intro, and he's got 4 questions.
Thank you, Nikhil.
That he sent in while he was in the airport heading back to London.
Nikhil time.
Prediction: Tony Khan is going to take over both the sports entertainment and pro wrestling business in North America within the next 5 years. Let it be written. So let it be done. Jericho Road. Do you agree? No. I'm a big fan of Tony Khan and I love AEW and I think it's going to do well and I like to see it prosper, but I don't think it's going to take over, all
Jericho's just trying to hype something. That's all it's all.
That's fine.
I don't even think Jericho believes that.
No, especially when he does the hashtag sports entertainment because that's part of the. But I hope it keeps doing well. I mean, and I don't want WWE to go out of business or anything like that. Number 2, the Young Bucks accept FTR's challenge for Dynamite. Who will win?
FTR. I think they're going to win.
Better be FTR.
Yeah. Then they do the third match on pay-per-view, I think.
PPV.
WWE producer Pat Buck has reportedly quit the company. Did you enjoy his run? Hell if I know.
I just remember him doing that angle with Nia Jax, and that's about it. So I guess that was good.
Did he hurt her hole?
No, I don't think he hurt her hole.
Do you want to see her hole or her chubby?
Well, if I had to pick, I would say her hole. So
which hole do you want to see?
The naughty one.
Hell yeah. Do you agree Seth Rollins calls the WWE the premier pro wrestling company on the planet? If you want to be the best, come here.
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
They call themselves sports entertainment.
Premier
They don't even call
sports
themselves
entertainment thing.
I know you can't make up your mind. You can't be like we're not wrestling or sports entertainment, then we're the best wrestling.
If you want to take the chance and see if Vince actually likes you and will use you, then come there. But otherwise, probably need to go somewhere else to get a fair shot.
Steve Simmons, did the multiple camera changes while Austin was stomping Owens in the corner piss anyone else off? Nah, don't bother me.
I didn't really notice it.
They were really poor, the stomps, so they're probably trying to hide that. The rest of the match I really enjoyed, but the stomps are very, very poor, so they're probably trying to get around that. Vic Schiavone, how long do you think it will be before the WWE Universe turns on Cody? Because he's crammed down their throats.
I'll give it 2 weeks from now.
I'll say 6 weeks. I'm going to go a little longer. And that's not even any personal, what I feel about him leaving stuff. I just think pretty much anyone who gets pushed in WWE, they turn on. And the way he really cuts those promos and stuff, I think it's going to happen.
I got to think there's fans out there that's disappointed, like we are.
Yeah.
That
they might not all be in the crowd is the thing. Though.
Mhm.
Tyler Stevens, if you were going to make your version of the wrestler, whose life story would you base it on, and who would be the
Ric
lead?
Flair.
Woo, that's a good one.
Ric Flair would be a good one.
Who would play Ric Flair?
Who would play Ric Flair?
Will Ferrell.
Who looks like Ric Flair though?
Will
Jesus.
Ferrell.
He did in that one skit.
But he's more of a comedy actor. You don't want it to be comedy. You want it to be like
You can have multiple Ric Flairs though, like multiple actors.
It's like a multiverse movie. It's like that.
No, like the
Spider-Man.
like the Brian Wilson movie.
They're
Where
popping
they
all
have
over.
more than one actors.
Luke Wilson.
He kind of has like a weird face like Flair, but I don't know if he could pull it off. He's not like very outgoing like Flair, you know. You got to be like on coke to be Flair, you know.
Get him on the coke.
What
So
about
wasn't
Dr.
that-
Sam Shepard?
He's dead.
So it's
Dr.
How's he
Sam?
going to
It's a
play
good-
Flair?
No, I mean like for a movie.
Well, I mean, would that really make sense for the wrestler? Like, he was technically a wrestler, but like that's not.
Oh, I guess not relevant to the question. I just wanted to see a biopic of him.
I think Flair is a good one. I was thinking Jake the Snake, but really Flair because he was on the top, and then like,
Mhm.
and it's really and wrestling consumed his life, the wrestling style, the lifestyle. So yeah, that's probably
Bret Hart would be pretty sad.
yeah. But I don't think he had like a lot of the demons and stuff. So I think Flair's a good one. Tyler Stevens, who is the next talent to go from WWE to AEW?
From WWE to AEW. Cesaro.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. I'd like to see him in Blackpool Combat Club.
I could see him going into the Ring of Honor too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably. Yeah, I could see that. Who's a better golfer, Tiger Woods or Larry Zbyszko? That's from Lexa. Going Larry Z.
Tiger Woods. Like currently?
I think really anytime, probably. But
Yeah. I would say Tiger Woods.
What? I say Larry Z. Taking it all.
Alice Cooper.
I don't think Tiger Woods can do like an air signature.
Yeah. But Tiger Woods, he was a hell of a player.
Who's he ever beat?
Like a lot of people.
Who is the next talent to go from AEW to WWE?
MJF.
You think so? That's not. He was contract's not up for a couple of years.
I don't think there'll be anybody, but until his contract's up, and if they
That's
really,
possible.
I think that's the person that WWE would want the most. That they would throw enough money at to get.
Big Swole.
Ethan Page.
Oh God, they could take that guy. But I could see someone like that. I think they just pretend that they're interested in that guy, so they hope AEW pays him, keeps him.
How about Christian Bale as?
Oh, I think you
Ric
say
Flair?
Christian Cage. I could see him going back, but who?
Christian Bale as Ric Flair.
Yeah,
Like, he grew his hair out, dyed it.
and he's a guy who can really gain weight, lose weight for role. He lost a lot of weight for
Mhm.
the
If he would
Machinist.
do it, he may not want to do it.
Yeah, I could see that. That's a good pick.
I was trying to think of somebody who I thought would be good for Ric Flair. I think he would be good
Yeah.
if he would do it.
How about Marco Stunt going to the WWE?
It's possible. They probably would pick him up.
Yeah, he's good for comedy guy. Who is the next talent? We did that. Would Incher walk down a mile of track if they let him book Impact for 1 year?
Yes.
Oh shit! Who wouldn't want to do that?
I want to book Impact. Damn it.
Who would you put the strap on if you were running Impact?
Probably Jake something. I don't know.
Jimmy Jacobs is creative over there. I think I would walk track for that.
I don't want to work with Jimmy Jacobs. I'd make him fire him first. I walk the tracks.
Whoa.
I call the shots. Get rid of Jacobs.
Damn. You're just going in there like, gonna fire all these bitches.
Fire him.
I'm gonna ruin everyone's life.
I don't know. I always just got turned off by Jimmy Jacobs whenever I seen him back in ROH.
So he didn't get your dick hard?
Well, not necessarily that way, but like he was doing the fake Bruiser Brody thing, and I always just was like,
I agree with that, but I will say I remember when I was at Dragon Gate USA Bushido, I think it was, and this was the first time I saw Moxley on the internet stuff, but this was the first time I saw him live, and they had a great I Quit match.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see me on the DVD.
I am Jackie Jones on DVD.
And I got Moxley's blood on me, and sure.
Oh my goodness.
And I never washed since. But it was on my pants.
Freak you out a little bit.
No.
I think it freaked me out.
I didn't care about germs or anything like that until fucking COVID. Even now.
Nah, if it happened now, would it freak you out?
Nah, I'm over it. Fucking cover me in his blood.
He's just being Mr.
No, it didn't freak me out, but no, I don't want to be covered in anyone's blood either.
Whenever you want to stick,
I actually thought it was pretty cool. I honestly thought it was pretty cool that I got the guy's blood laying on my
I was kind of freaked out when you wanted to sit close for the Abby match, but Abby no-showed the fan base.
Right.
I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to be close to Abby bleeding.
Did we know he had Hep C at that time, though? I
think we did.
Did we?
Yeah.
Push Sammy Callahan.
Sammy Callahan.
And Jessica Havoc.
Well, there are a couple, aren't there?
Uh-huh.
There's still a couple, I think.
I'd bring back the Flying Elvises.
Sonny Siaki. Or Judas Macias.
I actually met Judas Macias. He was working as Mil Muertes. And
I liked him as Mil Muertes.
I mentioned Judas Macias to him, and he remembered that the barbed wire match.
Yeah. After experiencing WrestleMania, is Nikhil Callahan planning on going next year?
Lexar, Nikhil has to be here to answer these questions.
He answered it though. He said, "I'm on my way to Denny's, trying to do my questions before I get on the flight."
I'm on my way to Denny's.
That's very cool. I wonder how he enjoyed Denny's. How many times?
What's your Grand Slam breakfast?
Yeah, what's your favorite Denny's option?
I like the Grand Slam breakfast.
I've only been a handful of times, not because I hate it or anything. We just don't have it here.
Pretty good. I like Denny's.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think it's better than IHOP.
Yeah.
Lexar, how many times did you cream your pants to wrestling over the weekend? Man, a lot of like jizz and ejaculation.
Goodness. What is with the headyverse?
Dirty headyverse.
A lot of fluid.
I did not come anytime while watching wrestling. Ever at all.
Zero.
Tyler Stevens, do you think that when Steven Butler and Christian Calero tap out on In Your Head, they zoom each other and sing lullabies to each other? That's a good one. I'd
say they do.
It is always about the same time. It's kind of like two people sneaking off to the bathroom to do the naughty together.
Probably like Steven's like, come on, hurry it up.
They're probably sexting right now, doing some virtual Lexaring, doing the tonsil hockey.
Lexar is all, you can't tell nobody about this.
The Wayne Gretzky of tonsil hockey.
Hell yeah. Daniel Dale Herring Jr. Who will be next to follow Cody, Arn, and Brock? I would be shocked if Arn would go back to WWE. From all my understanding, he's a very miserable man there.
Yeah, now he has another option open. I think he's happy where he's at, but I just hope AEW finds something for him because, like,
I would like to see him manage FTR, but from what I understand, they rumors Bret Hart, which is that's cool too. Rutherford P.S. Hayes, would you bang Ronda Rousey or would she bang you? Bang
probably
shit out of her.
Well,
I don't
she's
like that
very-
makeup though.
not big on the Black Swan makeup she's got.
No. Tyler Stevens is
What was with Becky's makeup? Becky's
What?
makeup was weird.
Yeah, it
looking.
was bad too. I
She
didn't
has
get a
the
lot.
Lady Gaga look.
Yeah,
Is
I'm not-
wrestling in wrestling. What is your favorite way to pin a man? The hell? Big fan of the small package. That's what first drew me to Incher was the small package.
oh hell, Jack.
I like the Walters one.
Give me
I
some
don't
credit.
know.
That was a good one, Incher.
I like the Undertaker
Yeah,
pin with
that's
the
a great
after the tombstone.
You like your head? You like your head right there in his crotch?
Yeah, it'll be hard for them to kick out of that.
Oh, it would be if you're fucking dead. If he buried you and took your soul and he's digging a hole.
You're getting nose taken.
I think you're talking about Nia Jax.
I heard her hole.
I guess he hinted. I saw this that he hinted about coming back.
Yeah, he said never say never. I'm gonna come back to stink up the ring one more time.
Make everyone feel
Roll
good.
up.
Yeah, I
What
want
wrestler-
your pity watching my old ass in the ring.
Now he probably saw Austin out there. He's like, I could do that.
Yeah, I could do that. We got to do matches like that.
What wrestling theme or Headyverse classic would the Audio Soulmates choose to sing together as a duet?
Probably Ass Man.
Oh, I'm an ass man.
Bow, bow.
I'm an
I'm
ass
an ass
man.
man. I like to stick them.
I like to lick them.
Something like that.
Something like that. That'd be a good one. Tyler Stevens. If you guys were the Dudley Boys, who would be Bubba and who would be Devon? I'd be Bubba, obviously. Intro would be Devon.
Yeah, because Incher's a nice one.
And I'm the talented one. Boom! Yeah! Ha! 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 Yeah! Ha! Ha! Maybe
Jack.
there's something to the Seth Rollins gimmick.
No.
Incher! Tell me to
Yes,
get
sir.
the table. Oh, this is Mike Whitcomb says the obvious answer was push it and pull it. For the what would we do a duet?
Push
at?
it and
No, it'd be cool. You say push it and I say pull it. So
push it.
and pull it.
Yeah.
I think we should record this. This should be good. Stephen Bootler, with Undertaker main eventing the Hall of Fame this year, what are your guesses of who main events next year?
David
Next year.
Bautista is the rumor.
Batista.
Triple H.
Oh, that yeah.
Triple H is a good
Yeah,
one,
I think Vic's got it. Triple H. I think you got to do
Vic
it.
just nailed it right on the head.
Yeah.
He like came on that one as hard as beer came
Man,
on.
there's a lot of coming tonight. Tyler Stevens. Swax made his glorious return. Who will be the next Teddyverse lost soul to walk through the forbidden door? Joel from Portugal.
I haven't heard that name in forever.
Mhm.
I
I think Clinton's finally gonna get off his being a bitch and show up. He's gonna man up, grow some balls.
With encouragement like that, I think he'll be back.
Some people need a pat on the back and some need a kick in the ass. And I say that bitch needs a kick in the ass.
Lexar, Monica Lewinsky.
So Clinton.
Man up, bitch.
Kick in the ass.
Kick in the ass and man up. Get on the show. Yeah. Enough Bob Seger concerts. Get on the show and man up. Or Swax is taking your place in the Hall of Fame. And you get all your headies. Tyler Stevens. Who is your favorite luchador?
LL.
Probably
LL Bean?
Pinta El Cerro.
Woo.
Yeah, Sarah Miedo.
Juventud Guerrera.
I agree with his gift, La Parca.
La Park, LA Park.
Always been
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the chairman. I think he should battle the chairman in AEW.
Ultimo Dragon.
Would Tony Oberstar, would Incher rather be pegged by Michael Hayes or Rhea Ripley? I think the pegging would be Rhea Ripley. I think it would just be straight up sodomy by Michael Hayes.
I guess Rhea Ripley. I don't know. Come on, guys.
Yeah, well, that would be straight.
Come on.
At least you answered it. That was nice. Jonathan Jackson, in your head should watch an episode of AEW Dark Elevation together, primarily this recent one featuring Paul White.
Oh, he wrestled on it?
No, I guess.
I think we've seen enough Paul White wrestling for a lifetime.
I've seen enough of him like 20 years ago.
Sorry, Paul, but I think you need to call it a wrap. Just say I'm done.
Ruth wants to know, is Vince McMahon's face made of rubber or wax?
Probably rubber.
I heard he's rubber and you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off him and sticks to you.
Oh no.
Al Ulb, is it true that the only thing Inter hates more than racism is black people? That was a cute thing, but it was bad.
Wonder why you're never going to bury the hatchet.
Exactly. I mean, with questions like that. Oh, well, he thought my April Fool's joke was for real. So, booyah. In your face.
Only thing he hates more than cultural intolerance is the Dutch. Sorry, I had to go.
Dobbs wants to know, he says, I've been crying ever since I saw Cody's promo. It really hit my heart, and the emotions are overwhelming.
Dobbs,
will I eventually be all right? I think so.
You'll be all right.
Ow.
Once you learn that he was lying, like he's lied about everything else he's told us. Fake. He's always been fake.
John Garabedian wants to know.
That's the song, man.
Yeah, I think he was actually taking it out there. Was anyone
man?
Yeah, man.
Was anyone disappointed WrestleMania 38 didn't have a delay of rain?
The delay of rain was pretty awesome. I wore my rain jacket for that one and everything.
Songman, so what kind of in your head stunts would Jackie Jones create a first ever in your jackass head after learning what WrestleMania jackass stunts? What would be some good heady stunts, Incher?
Probably maybe the fry blaster for guys and fries. You could have a blaster loaded with some fries.
Stellar Steve wants to know thoughts on the IC and US title not being defended on WrestleMania. That just to me shows that those titles are completely meaningless in WWE, and that's sad.
I'm outraged.
Especially the IC belt, because the IC belt has a long history in WWE.
I'm disappointed.
I'm outraged.
Is there anyone you're anticipating to come on in your head? Who would you want to see come hard on your head?
Sean Oliver.
Hell yeah. Sean Oliver's going to come hard. Jonathan Jackson, if interest saw a mint condition Star Trek USS Enterprise pinball machine on a dolly and an unconscious Jack on the train tracks, it could only save one from an oncoming train. How would he mourn Jack's untimely death? I can see that.
I would first have to grab the note that says that he's not doing it. Because,
you hide that.
yeah, I have to tear that up. And this isn't because I'm meaning to kill myself, not because it's an accident. Rip that bad boy up.
Then you'd be like, Jack was always my favorite. Going the Cody sympathy train. How
he was my hero.
He was my hero.
There's a truck driver shortage, so is it time for Incher to change professions? So should
You want me to be
a
a truck driver?
Yeah.
Make some deliveries. I'll
Like
be
the Chris
dropping big
Farley
loads.
bus driver.
Be delivering that
Big
small
load.
package.
For the ups.
Songman, was Steven Butler a head survivor for WrestleMania night? Yeah, that's a good question. He can't stay up for in your head, but he's staying up for 12 hours of fucking Mania. Probably didn't even sleep between them. There's a cute Songman taking a little nap.
Awesome. I'm getting tired too.
All right,
I
we
can't
almost
blame you,
done.
song man.
Yeah.
Micah Bessler, wouldn't it be great if WWE covered Shane Douglas and his work as an ECW heel in an episode of Evil series? Definitely,
That
yeah.
would be good. Yeah,
That's
Shane
definitely
Douglas
should be on there.
He
To
has some great
continue-
stuff.
To add to that question, I think Raven would be a good episode
Raven would be good.
because he crucified Sandman.
Yeah, it's good, but I do think Shane really
That was his
a-
best run.
also I think
Mhm.
it really influential. That was really when people started to shoot on other, like people did a little bit, but that was really when people started to shoot on other promotions.
He also got some really good heat when he pushed one of the pit bulls when he had the neck brace.
Yeah,
So that was
the Halo
Yeah,
one.
that was really good. And a lot of people say like a lot of the early Triple H stuff was copied from Shane Douglas. Oh, let's be honest here. Lexar has Lexar a sleeping woman before, right? I don't know. I
We
think
have to ask
he
him.
likes the challenge of them wide awake. We already know Jack is interest surpassed this mark, but could Jack go 10 years without doing the nasty? What?
Thanks, you owl.
I don't understand. Some kind of I don't know what's going on here. Thoughts on Jack's girl Tony Storm being drunk, pilled up during a virtual signing? I don't. If she is, that's too bad. I don't know.
Hey, I was surprised to see her in AEW.
Yeah, I think that's a good pickup.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I'm glad
I,
she's there.
I didn't think about her being the
Me neither.
surprise entrant.
Where are we? Renee wants to know if they sold powdered dick, would you buy it? It's not made of real dick, but tastes like the real thing. Just add water. I guess that's kind of like for Christmas, I bought Jason Mitten horse meat flavored chips and maggot cheese flavored. They weren't really made out of horse meat, but they supposedly tasted like horse meat and maggot cheese. He said they made him sick, the maggot cheese. Or maybe the horse meat. One of them made him sick.
prefer mammoth cheese.
I think he actually liked the maggot cheese.
Never eaten it. How would you know what horse meat tastes like?
I don't know. Whoever designed the flavor must know.
Was this from a wet market?
No, it's this place called the Legal Chips, and they make flavored potato chips off things that are illegal to buy in the United States: horse meat, maggot cheese, and blowfish. Well, the blowfish was sold out.
Man,
Sounds off.
Do you find it weird that fans can believe that the Cody thing was a work and that Ty, Conte, and Sammy didn't start hooking up until after Pam dumped Sammy, but Thunder Rosa being in love with this? Yeah, this is really crazy. I don't know if we talked about this. Someone posted a picture. Well, I mean, they have a lots of pictures up of Thunder Rosa and her husband, and like people were saying like she just married this guy to get a green card and stuff, and they've been married for like 16 years and have like a child together and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he might be
Why
a
would
little
they
bit.
be saying
I don't
that?
think he's even that much older.
What is he like?
She's like 37. He's probably like in his 40s. I really don't even see what the big deal is. He looks like a nice guy. I don't know. Not like he's an 80-year-old man or something.
Is that Gary Dameron?
Could be.
No,
I
I
don't know.
don't think.
I thought
I
that-
know it's not.
I thought
he
people were just being.
thought he
dicks.
looked a little like him. Or I don't know. He looks like a fine dude.
So Alan wants to know, will In Your Head no longer say boys and girls? Because Disney World is saying they will no longer say boys and girls.
Well, when do we follow suit? What
To
Disney
promote
World
gender
does?
inclusion, but isn't that inclusion? What, I don't know.
You're either a boy or you're a girl.
And other than that, what are they suggesting they say instead?
I'm trying to see here.
I identify as a toaster.
friend.
Hello, friends. That's
Yeah.
fine to me. I don't really give a shit, but
That was a joke.
I think the reason is it really is. It says hello, friends, which that's fine. But I wouldn't even announce this. Just do it, and who cares? I have no problem with them saying hello, friends. I think making a big deal about it is just
They should just say hello, suckers. Give us that money.
hello, Marks. Give us your money, bitch.
If they really want to be honest.
Hello,
this is-
Rainbow.
The only
This-
fucking thing we care about is that money in your pocket. Now let loose of it.
Here's Marcus Bagwell tweeted this. I love is this really him? He's always posting this weird stuff on Twitter that he loves eggplants, sweating eggplants apparently.
Mm-hmm.
They grew so big. All right, sweating eggplants wore me out. Time for bed. Have a good night, everyone. I just learned eggplant means penis. I'm on my way to Walmart because they have an entire case of penis emojis in the veggie section. That's pretty cute.
Oh man.
It looks like a Jack joke. And Tyler Stevens, last question I want to know: does Vic Schiavone look like Harold Ramis or Eugene Levy? I think the Eugene Levy. So he got the dark eyebrows.
Yeah.
I could agree with
Yeah.
that.
I would.
I
go
like
with
Eugene Levy. That's a good one. Yeah.
over
Keep your
Harold
son
Ramis.
away from the pies. Now that how long ago was that movie? American
Oh
Pie.
gosh, that was like 99, I think, probably.
I
Yeah.
could see WWE now doing like a pie fucking angle. It's been long enough.
Probably 98.
It's like this
That's
is
why
this is what all the
that's why
kids
the-
love, pal. They love kids banging pies.
No, I
The
think
Rock
it was
loved pie.
99.
That would be Dominic Mysterio's new thing. He'll just start fucking pies.
that's the Rock's gimmick. He loved pie.
Yeah.
Ray walks in on him. He's like, "Whoa!"
I mean, actual pies.
New Day Pie. Oh, it's a new pie day.
It's a new pie day, or like their pancakes. Banging
Patrick
pancakes.
Howinson, was Teddy Hart still in prison, or did he get out during the show?
I really don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we should look this up if Teddy Hart's still in prison.
Maybe he's on jailbirdlovers.com.
Is Teddy Hart in prison?
Mike says Sean Oliver needs to come back and plug his new YouTube channel. Yeah, he's actually mentioned this the other week. I talked to him a couple weeks ago, and he's coming back this summer. He actually was. He was talking to me about the thievery of the shirt.
Here's hillbynature.com. 1 year ago, Teddy Hart is back in jail. Let's see how long he's going to be in jail.
Should he come back? Should he come back with like a nails gimmick? Where he's like a hardened criminal from doing all the time.
I'd love to see a nails gimmick with like John Doe from Seven.
And charged with 3 offenses: injury to a child, elderly individual, or disabled individual.
What the fuck?
Evading arrest or detention while in a vehicle.
Detention, just like Incher.
Possession of a controlled substance. So how long is that going to get you? That's
the first one seems really heinous.
Yeah. That's got to be more than a year. So I'd say he's probably.
That's like borderline stuff. I think if you're in prison and the other prisoners find out you were doing, they're probably not going to treat you well.
Unless he got parole. Well, it said like elderly or
yeah, but if they find out you're beating up with like an old woman or old man, I don't think they're going to look highly upon you.
Yeah.
Or like a mentally handicapped guy.
Yeah. I'd say he's still in, unless he's had parole or anything. So. Not 100% sure, so don't quote us on that.
I know for fact.
Jack only deals with facts.
I'm the most honest man in all the podcasting lands. I ain't a lying son of a bitch. Not that anyone else here is. Al Ulbiz, though, he was making he actually made fake tweets about he actually manufactured fake tweets with my name on them.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you do that?
I don't know.
What a lying asshole.
Seriously, that's not even a joke, right? People are commenting on it, thinking it's me.
I think Teddy Hart's out of jail because I looked at his Instagram and he's like taking a picture with some women on his car.
Oh, really? Well, maybe
Let's get him on the show. Let's get him back.
He was in Dallas March 10th. So
see what Ted Anus is up to.
All righty.
You don't want to name Teddy Anus when you're in prison.
No, you don't.
Maybe it was last March.
All right. Well, we're gonna get out of here. I'm feeling good. I had my booster. Still feel fine. Doing all right.
Are we supposed to get a second booster? Like, what's
no, it's my. I don't know. I think if like my mom's supposed, like if you're older or something, but I didn't have my booster for a while. But so I had the 2 originally, but I got the booster. But originally I was supposed to have all of it. I thought when you went to the arena tomorrow, but starting March 22nd, you don't have to show vaccination or wear a mask anymore.
No,
but anyway, good. All right. Until next time. By the way, I went to the doctor, well, in the doctor's office, but the pharmacy, which is connected to my doctor's office. 2 signs you walk in the building. Go wear a mask, wear a mask. So I was like, all right. So I brought one just in case. I put the mask on. Go inside, big sign, go wear a mask. And then when you go into the door, they say the only one person going at a time. And it says mask all times. No one else in there. Open the door. Put my mask on. Not one single employee in the whole place has a mask.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever, but you telling everyone you gotta wear a fucking mask when you come in here. And not one single person working there. No one. No one behind the counter. None of the people working in the pharmacy actually putting the pills together. Nobody.
Nobody's.
Very bizarre. Then they were like, can you wait outside because we can only have one person in at a time for other customers? And I was the only person in the whole place anyway. I was just like, what the hell are you talking about? But whatever. Very bizarre. Until next week, this is Jackie Jones.
1 inch biceps, the pusher and the puller.
Whoa. The pushing and pulling.
I'm just getting ready for a song if we're going to do a duet.
See, I like Al Lul was always on your case, not understand the pushing and pulling. And then I didn't understand either. Then he was thinking we're idiots. But the thing is, he explained it to me. And it means like, so you're pushing as you're, behind the dude in this case,
pulling back.
And then no, that's what I assume. But it means you're, and then you're pulling as you're giving the dude a hand job. No, fine, whatever. But I don't think this makes me an idiot or Inch an idiot. It makes Al a pervert, and he's probably into which is fine. He could be hooking up on the grind, or I don't know, but I mean, it's not. I don't think this is common knowledge, do you?
I didn't know that.
Just thought we were idiots because we didn't know all about this.
I did not know that, so my bad.
It's the stuff you can learn from Al.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.